Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kenneth Woodson, Board Chair. Mr. Kelly, when you're ready, give me the usual sign and we'll get started. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We will formally open this hearing for today, September 25th, 2025, at Illinois Board of Review. The first portion of this hearing will be to hear non-contested matters. Three of us will be sitting as a panel, myself, Mr. Tennant, and virtually Mr. Jackson. That's permitted by the recent changes in the code. Before we get started, I just advise everyone who's present, particularly those appellants who are joining us virtually, that this is a formal hearing. We have a court reporter as well as the system recording. That means that each of us will have an opportunity to speak for his case or her case, but you cannot speak when someone else is speaking. So I'd ask that you just be patient, allow the person who's speaking ahead of you complete what they're saying, and then you would be permitted to speak. Secondly, you must be dressed properly. You cannot be reclining in your beds or your easy chair. You cannot be moving in a vehicle. If you are in a vehicle, you must be parked in a safe place. We ask gentlemen to remove their hats because this is a formal hearing. Also, a number of cases will be noted as moot or moot complied. If your case is called and it's moot complied, that means you're done for the day. The hearing will not occur for your matter. If you need to understand the distinction between the two labels, please call the administrator. Someone there will give you information that you need. Please do not break in to ask a question in the middle of a hearing. We have a very long list, and we'd like to get through it today. And so we ask that you be patient with us, but if you have those kinds of administrative questions, to call the administrator's office. Okay, thank you very much. We will begin by hearing the list of matters that have been resolved of non-contested matters. Anyone representing the law department? Yep.
Good afternoon, members of the board. I am addressing.
What, let's do this. If you could sit there, and we'll ask that you use your outside voice or pull the microphone really, really close. It's unfortunately not as sensitive as we'd like it to be. Okay, so put your name on the record and here we go.
Good afternoon, members of the board. Jane Huang on behalf of the City of Philadelphia Air Management Services.
Good afternoon.
Your Honor, or members of the board, I am addressing matters 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, and 15 only. For appeal number HA 2024003479, address 9996 East Roosevelt Boulevard. Your Honor, that has been withdrawn via email yesterday.
Withdrawn, thank you.
For appeal number 9, HA 2024003490, address 6029 Keystone Street. That is moot. The underlying violation has been rescinded.
Okay.
For number 10, HA 2024003515, 3111 West Allegheny Avenue. I believe counsel is present for that, Mr. Eric Bodson. That one is a request for a continuance by the appellant, which we are not objecting to. We do believe we are able to settle this matter. It is the second listing, but it's the first one with counsel.
Oh, the counsel was not secured prior to today's hearing?
They are present today, but for the first listing, they were not secured.
Okay, is the counsel present? Sir, if you are, put your name on the record, please.
Yes, I am, Mr. Chair. Eric Bodson of Blank Rome. Eric Bodson, B-O-D-Z-I-N.
B-O-D-Z-O-N, and you are requesting a continuance?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, no objection from the city?
No objection.
Okay, must be heard in the future. The next hearing must be heard.
Yes.
Okay? Thank you.
And then number 11, appeal number HA 2024004964, address 1101 Market Street. That one is moot. The underlying violation has been rescinded. And then jumping to number 13, appeal number HA 2024005266, address 3401 Civic Center Boulevard. I believe counsel is present here on that, but that is a joint continuance request. The city is requesting a 60-day date.
Okay, Carol F. McCabe, are you present?
Hi, Carol is not present. I'm her partner, Michael Dillon at Manco Gold. Carol is unable to attend today, but I'm attending on her behalf.
Okay, and spell your last name, please, sir.
That's Dillon, Dillon.
Okay, thank you very much. And is this a joint request for continuance?
That's correct.
Okay, all right, thank you. And the city joins in that request?
Yes,
Okay, so we'll continue this matter.
thank you.
Thank you.
And then number 14, appeal number HA 2024-005302, address 225 South 18th Street. That one was withdrawn, so it is.
Okay,
And then finally, number 15, appeal number HA 2024-004063, address 2220 Spruce Street. That was also withdrawn.
withdrawn. Thank you very much.
That concludes
Okay.
my matters. May I be excused?
It may be, you excuse. Thank you. Anyone else?
Good afternoon, board members. Sean Logue for the city,
Afternoon?
and I have the remaining preliminary matters.
Okay,
First, beginning with case number 3 on our list, appeal ending in 005337, address 48 North Sproul Road, appellant Nicholas Papadopoulos, and that is an appellant continuance request, which the city does not oppose.
okay, so this is, and is the appellant present, Mr. McElhenney? But yeah. We also, he isn't present, the city is not opposed to that request?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, we'll continue this matter, must be heard, next hearing, next listing.
Thank you. Next is case number 12 on the list, appeal ending in 005013, address 900 North Marshall Street, appellant Young Scholars Charter School. That matter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 16 on our list, appeal ending in 004007, address 8875 Ridge Ave, appellant David Singer. That matter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Next are cases 17 and 18 on the list, both involving the same appellant, BPH 4311-21 Spruce GP TIC LLC. Case number 17 is appeal ending in 003970 for address 4311 to 15 Spruce Street. Case number 18 is appeal ending in 003971 for address 4317 to 21 Spruce Street. Both of those matters are moot.
Moot, thank you.
Case number 19 on the list, appeal ending in 004093, address 523545 Unruh Ave, appellant Orthodox Holdings LLC. That matter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 20, appeal ending in 004123, address 881 North 40th Street, appellant 879 North 40 LLC. That matter is moot.
Moot, thank you.
Case number 21, appeal ending in 004187, address 2135 East Westmoreland Street, appellant Design Holdings 3 LLC, and that appeal was withdrawn by the appellant.
Thank you.
Case number 22, appeal ending in 004179, 1300 South Front Street, appellant Keystone Place at Pennsport LLC. That matter is moot.
Thank you.
Case number 23, appeal ending in 001649, address 1801 to 21 Market Street, appellant Tyler Bradley doing business as the Sullivan Company. That matter is settled and the terms of the agreement are city affirm with a $2,000 fine.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Case number 24, appeal ending in 004616, address 248 Earlham Terrace, appellant Martine Sanvel. That matter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 25, appeal ending in 004662, address 15,000 East Roosevelt Boulevard. Appellant International Management Consultants, Inc. Case number 26 as well, the same address and appellant, and that's appeal ending in 004663. Both of those matters settled, and the terms of the agreements are city affirm with a $2,000 fine,
Is it a
it-
2,000 per or 2,000 combined?
2,000 per.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Case number 27, appeal ending in 004763, address 718 North 17th Street. Appellant Dara School Realty Co., Limited Partnership. That matter is moot.
Thank you.
Case number 29, appeal ending in 001229, address 1413 North 8th Street. Appellant, sorry, I'm just gonna read the DBA, which is SL Construction LLC. That appeal was withdrawn by the appellant.
Thank you.
Case number 30, appeal ending in 001317, address 1500 Frankfurt Ave. Appellant Joseph Zajakowski, doing business as Palace Builders LLC. That matter is settled, and the terms of the agreement are city affirm with a $2,000 fine.
Thank you.
Case number 32, appeal ending in 001355, address 2215 Arch Street. Appellant Noel Brady, doing business as Rockwall Inc. That violation was issued in error.
Okay. Also, before you move on, 1500 Frankfurt Avenue, there's a second violation. Is that one still open?
I'll let my colleague speak to that.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Amy Skiles on behalf of the city for this matter. This matter did also settle.
Okay.
It's a city affirm with a $1,000 fine.
Okay, thank you very
Yep.
much.
Next is case number 34 on the list, appeal ending in 001416, address 32 Trevose Road. Appellant Volodymyr Partica, doing business as DNV Contractors, Inc. That matter is moot.
Thank you.
And then finally, there were some emergency add-ons to the list, some of which settled. Cases 40 through 43, all involving, and I'll read the appeal number separately, all involving the address 101 East Wyoming Ave. Appellant Abdul Aziz, doing business as One Stop Inc. Appeals ending in 00333. Sorry, that's appeal ending in 3333, appeal ending in 3334, and appeal ending in 3335. Those settled for a reduced fine of $1,000 each. $1,000 each.
Okay,
And then finally, case number 43 for that same appellant and address, appeal ending in 3396. That also settled, and the terms of the agreement are city affirm with a 30-day stay of enforcement. Also, I believe the appellant is present in the room if the board would like to hear from him.
yes, if he's present, just come forward, sir. Just put your name on the record, please.
Good evening. My first
Your
name,
name,
Abdulaziz Ewis,
spell your last name, please.
EWIS.
Okay, and just want to know if you confirm what the city's position in terms of all the matters that were read into the record?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
And I did have one last preliminary matter that I wanted to call the board's attention to. This is one of my cases. Case number 33 on the list, appeal ending in 001410, address 222 South 60th Street. The appellant is Deborah Richardson. I spoke to Ms. Richardson by phone yesterday and was under the impression that she was planning to be here virtually. I then listened to a voicemail that she left me an hour earlier saying that she had chemotherapy today. I don't see her online, so I do wonder if maybe that
Okay.
went long. And
Well, because it's potentially a contested matter, we'll hear that in the second portion of this hearing, okay?
okay.
All right.
And I'll turn it over to my colleagues to see
Okay,
if they have
thank you.
any.
Good afternoon, members of the board. Jim Kelly, Kelly, on behalf of the city.
Afternoon, Mr. Kelly. They didn't leave you much, Mr. Kelly, unless there's something you don't.
Just one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is one of my cases, number 28, ending in 2024-5238, 2320 North Natrona Street. BJA Construction LLC is the appellant. This is a joint, I submitted this to the board, I believe, yesterday. This is a joint continuance request. I don't want to go too far into the weeds, but
Okay.
I do believe it'll be resolved prior to the next listing.
Okay, Ms. Clastorni, is she present?
I am, Board Chairman. Good afternoon. Mr. Kelly is correct.
Okay, thank you. We'll note that as a joint request for continuance. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else in the room? Yes. Yes, you'll need to turn that. I don't think that's on. There
Is
you
it on
go.
now?
Okay.
Alana Larson for the city. I just don't think this one was read. Number 37 is a joint continuance request.
Okay.
And I do believe it'll be resolved by the next hearing.
Okay, would you need to read the whole thing
I'm
in?
sorry. Appeal number HA 2025-001660, 1710 Sansom Street, Dominic Burgess Builders and Interior Design, Inc.
Okay, and this is a joint continuance request?
Yes,
Okay. Is the appellant present?
I don't believe so.
Okay. We will note it as a joint continuance request. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the room with a preliminary non-contested matter? If not, anyone virtually with a preliminary oh, you have another?
Sorry. Number 36, also, HA 2025-001650, 1994 York Road, Lennox Construction. This was issued to an LLC, and I do not believe they have an attorney. And I don't know
Okay.
if anyone's on Zoom to represent them.
Okay, that potentially is contested matter, but is anyone present? Is anyone present? We will call that again when we come back.
I think she's raising her hand on Zoom.
Ma'am, please unmute.
There you go.
And you're
I
here for that matter?
apologize. I apologize. I am here for the Lennox Construction.
And what is your relationship with Lennox Construction?
I'm the administrator here.
Okay, you can't represent them in this hearing. You need a lawyer to do that.
I apologize. I was on FMLA leave. I just came back this week.
Okay, but we can't hear it today. You need to
Okay.
secure an attorney. On the
Okay.
violation itself, it tells you that if you are an LLC or a corporate-owned entity, you must have an attorney.
Okay.
So we would note this matter as continued, so
Okay.
that you can consider, secure an attorney. Thank you very much.
May I just say something to?
Yes.
I emailed you about resolving it, so if you can just email me back, we could probably resolve this before the next hearing.
To me? I
Yes.
apologize. I don't recall getting that email. Could you resend it? Like I said, I've
Okay.
been on FMLA for about 8 weeks. I'd be more than happy to resolve it with you.
Okay, I'll resend it.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Am I free to go?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
ma'am, you may leave. Have a
Thank
good
you. Have a great
afternoon.
day. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Anyone else virtually with a preliminary non-contested matter? Okay, if that concludes the list of non-contested matters, the board will take a short executive session. We'll return and we'll hear the balance of the cases. Thank you. Off the record. Go back on the record. We will now hear from anyone, starting with the law department who's in the room, with any contested matters. If there are any preliminary contested matters from anyone in the room. If not, I'll hear from anyone virtually from the law department who has a preliminary contested matter. Anyone virtual, the law department. If you are, please use the raise hand symbol and we will hear your concern. Not seeing or hearing from anyone, we will now go to the regular list then. Okay, the board has several matters that it discussed in executive session that we just need some clarity on. Let's go to number 1, which is 0425-1609 Carpenter Street. We need a Cantonese interpreter. Is a Cantonese interpreter present?
Yes, I'm here. Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you very much. We just wanted to confirm that you were present.
Yes.
And okay, thank you. We'll call your case in a moment. The second matter is number 2, 0530-6741 Paschal Avenue. Eric Murfitt, who's representing the city in this matter?
That would be me, Chairman Melanie Nezich for the City of Philadelphia Water Department.
Good afternoon, Ms. Nezich.
Good afternoon.
We have a matter we need to hear from Eric Murfitt. Is Eric Murfitt present? There's concern regarding timeliness. Is Eric Murfitt present? Anyone else present representing the interests of 6741 Paschal Avenue, Paschall Avenue? Anyone present? No one's responding. Please confirm service.
Appellants listed 730 Copley Road in Upper Darby, PA on their appeal application, and notice of today's hearing was sent to that same address on August 7th, 2025.
Thank you. Ms. Nezich, what is your pleasure?
Regarding timeliness, there was a non-proton hearing held on May 8th, and the petition was granted for this
Okay.
matter. But seeing as the petitioner has not arrived for this one, the city would request denied for failure to appear in this matter.
Okay, thank you very much. What time do we have, Mr. Pincus? Hit your button.
1:15 p.m.
1:15 p.m. Okay, we will poll the board regarding HA 2025-000530-6741 Paschal Avenue. This matter is dismissed for failure to appear.
Dismissed for failure to appear.
Dismissed for failure to appear.
15.
Mr. Jackson?
Dismissed for failure to appear.
Thank you very much. Okay, the next matter that the board has a question about is number 5. That's 0396-230 Byberry Road, Elias Sagos. Who represents the city? Okay.
Good afternoon, Amy Skiles on behalf of the City of Philadelphia.
Thank you. Sir, your name?
Hello, my name is Elias Sagos.
Elias Sagos, and I apologize. Sir, the preliminary matter that we want to address is it appears that your appeal was tardy. It was beyond the 30-day timing. The code allows you 30 days to make an appeal. Yes.
So I was going by the late appeal granted on the list. It looks like this HA 2025-000396, we granted nunc-pro-tunc relief on April 24th.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. That resolves that. We will call you in a moment. So take a seat, please. We'll call you back up. Thank you. Okay, next matter is, well, this may repeat itself, 0499-115 Blue Jay Way, Peter Shine.
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Yeah.
let's simply hold off on those. We can address them as we call the list instead.
Okay, all right.
Give me time to look at my notes and find
Please.
which ones.
Okay, all right, we'll call you back. We'll recall you. Okay. Number 7, I just want to confirm the presence of the interpreter. That's 2818-435 East Allegheny Avenue. Zin Hoi, doing business as Ming Moon House. Do we have an interpreter who is a Mandarin interpreter present?
Mandarin interpreter is here.
Okay, thank you, sir. Just one moment.
Sure.
Do we have a standing issue here? Or we'll call it in regular order. We're good. All right, thank you, sir. I just want to confirm that you were present. We'll call it in order.
I'll be standing by.
Okay. Okay, we have the next matter is number 38, 1411-220 South Street. Apting Jaeger, 3 Huntsman LLC, one sure. Who's representing the city?
Good afternoon, Kristen Patchell on behalf of the city.
Okay, is anyone here representing the interest of 220 South Street?
Yes, I am.
And sir, who are you?
My name is Abtin Yeager. I'm the applicant and owner
You're the owner of the property?
of the business. I don't own the property itself.
Okay, now the issue here is the business. Is this LLC or is it not? Is
It
corporate
is an
ownership?
LLC. It is.
Okay, and the violation was written to you personally or to the LLC?
I don't have it directly in front of me. I imagine it was written to the LLC.
Okay, Ms. Patchell,
So members of the board, there was a violation notice that was issued to Julian Yeager, Village Vapes, Smoke, Snack, and Glass. There was also an intent to cease that was issued to the occupant. Just simply said occupant.
okay, so do we have a standing concern?
So members of the board, my understanding of this is that Mr. Yeager's appealing the intent to cease on behalf of Village Vapes. I will let him clarify if that is the case. If that's the case, I would think an attorney is probably needed, though I would defer to the board.
Sure. Okay, Mr. Yeager?
I apologize. This is, I don't have a lot of experience in this and I'm a first time business owner. So, I'm not exactly sure, sometimes these processes are a little bit confusing to me.
Okay, that's why, partly why on the violation notice itself, it encourages you to seek legal counsel.
Yes, I would just like to put on the record that I had.
Oh, no, before you do that, because I don't want the record to be harmful to you in the future. So
Okay.
what we're trying to resolve is whether or not you have standing to represent the interests of the business.
Okay, well,
what we're trying to
I
determine.
guess, well, I basically, I was told by my advisor that I'm asking for a continuance because we need to seek for counsel.
Okay.
And we have a building permit that was put in for this. It was just that this whole process has been delayed because of just miscommunication between the property management company and
Okay,
ourselves.
so let's do this. Does the city object to a continuance to consider counsel?
I do actually. Can I just place a couple of things on the record?
Yes.
So one, the city's position, just for the record, is not that Mr. Yeager doesn't have standing. He does have standing because he has an interest in the business. He represents Village Vapes. I think the question is whether he needs an attorney, which I think ultimately the city would defer to the board. However, I do want to put on the record that this was L&I's request for an emergency appeal hearing. And when we submitted that request, Mr. Yeager responded back on August 12th saying that he did not want this date because he wanted to seek counsel. And I responded that I was objecting to that continuance request because at this point he had 6 weeks before September 25th to secure counsel. So the city just wants to place on record that we do object to the continuance request. He knew that he could potentially need legal counsel 6 weeks ago.
Mr. Yeager, why don't you have an attorney?
Well, we had one previously that withdrew, and I mean, we originally our representation was for the zoning variances that we have also withdrawn.
Mr. Yeager, you'll learn very quickly that if I ask a that question, I want a direct answer. Why don't you have an attorney with you today?
I was unable to procure an attorney for you.
Why is that?
Well, mainly because that I didn't realize, or I don't even know what attorney I would need to represent me for this since
Sir,
it's
you've been advised by the city of Philadelphia more than once that you need an attorney to represent your interests. And so we aren't going to permit you to delay these actions just because you aren't compliant. Just for a moment, I need to concur with my legal counsel. Just hold on a
I
moment.
have one further question, Mr. Jaeger. Didn't you just say you had a zoning variance and you had an attorney representing you in that zoning appeal?
We've withdrawn the variance request.
Did you have an attorney representing you in that variance request? Yes or no?
At the time.
So there was someone you could have consulted who has knowledge and experience in these kinds of matters?
I've
Yes or
asked-
no?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, we're back on the record in this matter. Regarding HA 2025-001411, 220 South Street, Apteen Yeager. Mr. Yeager, you still, yeah, I see your image. Okay, 3 Huntsman LLC. It is the decision of this board to dismiss this matter for failure to prosecute. And I'll ask my colleagues to join me in that decision.
I agree. Dismissed for failure to prosecute.
Dismissed for failure to prosecute.
Mr. Jackson?
Dismiss for failure to prosecute.
Okay, Mr. Yeager, that means that this matter is dismissed. Now, you may appeal a decision of this board, and if you need information as to how to do that, check with the administrator's office, and the administrator will tell you whatever you need to know to appeal our decision. This matter is resolved for today. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's the last preliminary matter that the board had. So what we will do is to go to our list and start.
And one thing really quickly, I want to apologize for my error earlier
Yeah.
with the late appeals. All of those appeals have been granted non-proton relief.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to the top of the list then.
Bringing your attention to case number 1 on today's list, HA 2025-000425 for 1609 Carpenter Street, Hung and Go.
Okay, we have the interpreter, please, Cantonese interpreter.
Yes, I'm here. Uh-huh.
Okay, yes, good afternoon, ma'am. Give us your names before we swear you in.
Yeah, my name is Kate.
Full name, please.
Kate Wang.
Spell your last name.
W-A-N-G.
Okay, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Uh-huh.
Do you swear or affirm that you will faithfully translate between English and Cantonese the proceedings that occurred regarding 1609 Carpenter Street?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can place your hand down. Ma'am, from this point forward, everything that's said in English, please repeat in Cantonese. And if there is a response from the appellant, please respond on behalf of the appellant in English, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right, thank you. Oh, do we have the appellant present in the room? I believe we do. Okay. All righty. So what we will do is read the full case in, and we will start the interpretation, okay? Thank you. Please read it in again.
Yes, HA 2025-000425 for 1609 Carpenter Street,
Yeah, just a
appellant.
moment, to give her a moment to catch up. Yep.
我哋今日咧講到嘅案件咧，就係關於1609 Carpenter 街嗰個嗰個物業嗰個問題嘅嚇。
Appellant Hung NGO.
個名咧就叫做 Hong NGO 係咪啊？
Okay. Who's representing the city?
邊個係代表個城市咧？政府
That would be me, Chairman Melanie Nezich for the City of Philadelphia Water Department.
嚇，我係城市政府嗰個水務局總部嗰個人嚇，叫 Melanie。
Mr. Young, would you mind raising your right hand to be sworn? And please pronounce your name so we can get it correctly.
你可唔可以舉起你嘅右手宣誓，然後將你嘅名講清楚，我哋知道點樣講你嘅名。
我個名係 Hong H-U-N-G，
My name is Hong H-U-N-G。
我個姓係 N-G-O。
My last name is N-G-O。
Would you pronounce the last name so we could hear it and try to pronounce it correctly?
點樣講啊？你嘅姓我哋都唔識講。
可以講高 或可以講 no 嚟。
Okay, go or no?
All right, thank you. All right, sir, raise your right hand to be sworn.
舉起你嘅右手宣誓。
Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you give today be the truth to help you God?
你可唔可以宣誓今日所講嘅提供嘅資料都係所知嘅全部真實嘅？
係。
Yes.
All right, thank you. Okay, Ms. Nessich, please proceed. Just be aware that our statement should be short enough for the interpreter to hear it and allow the interpreter to respond. Thank you.
今日咧就會由市政府先講嗰個陳述案件嚇，咁所以個嘢都會短嘅精簡，然後容易翻譯。
Okay.
Thank you, members of the board. This matter, 1609 Carpenter Street, has a preliminary standing issue.
佢呢個地址係1069 Carpenter 街呢個物業有首輪嘅一啲嘅問題。
The most recent deed for the property at 1609 Carpenter was granted to New Fortune Investment Incorporated in 1993.
1993年開始咧，已經將呢個地址咧俾咗個 New Fortune 嗰個事業咧去做啊，去做生意嚇。
The last listing of this matter was July 17th, 2025, and was continued so that Mr. Nyo could get counsel.
咁就話，但係呢件事咧一路都係到7月17號今年2025年啦嚇，咁繼續咧係要繼續就等你可以得到更多諮詢嘅。
I have been in contact with the petitioner and with his daughter by email expressing this information.
我一路都同你同埋你個女有溝通啦，用電郵啦去表達緊呢個問題。
And as the board is aware, it is the board's practice and rule that LLCs must be represented by counsel.
咁咧就係話，如果你係一個商業註冊嘅公司嘅話咧，必須要有一啲正式嘅人係代表你方嘅。
Okay, let's deal with this then. Mr. No, why do you not have a lawyer representing you today?
點解你今日冇一個律師代表你咧？
因為即係第一就太貴，第二就有幾個律師有打聽過，佢又唔肯即係拎我嘅 case。第三，我就即係呢個貨倉已經4、5年冇收入，所以就冇能力請律師。
Okay, 3 major reasons. The first one is because it's too expensive to hire a lawyer. The second one is because we have asked around, for several lawyers, but no one wants to take my case. And the third one is because I'm not having any income from this property. So we can't afford it.
Okay, thank you. We will confer, just go off the record for just one moment and confer with counsel. We'll respond in a moment. Okay, Mr. Young, we've heard from this, from the city. We've also heard from you regarding your lack of success in securing legal counsel. Based on that and the fact that you've had ample time to secure legal counsel, we're prepared now today to make a decision. In essence, we're going to dismiss your appeal for failure to prosecute.
OK， 因為我哋今日咧其實已經俾咗好多足夠嘅時間你咧去請有律師顧問、法律顧問嘅，係俾咗一早已經通知咗你，已經係要咁樣做，但係你冇咁樣做，咁所以我哋而家咧就要即係唔會通過你嘅上訴咯，即係會解散你嘅上訴呢個議案嚇。
Okay, so each of us will vote, and then the final decision will be put on the record. Regarding HA 2025-000425.
我哋根據你呢個情況下，同埋呢個案件，最後我哋一齊投票咯嚇。
1609 Carpenter Street.
1609 Carpenter 街呢個物業。
Hong Yong.
Hong Yong 嚇。
Dismissed for failure to prosecute.
又會解散，因為你冇做到即係失敗咗啊！對於即係上訴呢樣事嚇。
Dismissed for failure to prosecute.
係咯，大家同意就話要消除呢個，因為冇失敗咗嚇，即係失敗咗你嘅上訴。
Dismiss for failure to prosecute.
係，我都贊成係失敗咗上訴。
Dismiss for failure to prosecute.
係咯，失敗咗，因為你想要上訴呢個檢控係錯嚇，失敗咗。
Now, Mr. Noah, you may appeal this decision. If you need information as to how to do that, call the administrator's office.
嚇，你可以再上訴嘅之後嚇，咁如果你想知道點樣處理，你可以打嗰個行政部門嘅電話去問點樣上訴。
All right, thank you very much. You may be excused.
好，咁多謝你，你可以離開啦嚇。
我可唔可以講嘢？
Oh, can I say something?
No, the case is over. The record is closed. There's something else that's different than you told us?
咁已經成個案件結束咗啦，咁除非你自己遲啲再上訴，咁你有冇其他嘢要同我哋講？
因為你根據即係州個律嘅話，即係the member of the board 係可以即係即係俾我代表即係我呢個公司，如果即係可以幫助即係呢個公正跟埋有效用，即係佢哋可以即係做一個 exception 俾我，即係可以代表自己啫。
Yeah, I think okay. According to state law, I should be able to represent myself, right? For the company, I should be able to do it for myself to defend myself.
The rule that we're operating under, and it's also written in the violation notice that you receive, is that you must be represented by legal counsel if you are a corporate-owned entity, which is what you've been told on more than one occasion.
嗱，其實我哋之前已經好多嘅溝通啦，俾到啲電郵好多信息話俾你聽，因為你係代表一個公司，唔係個人，所以你必須要有法律嗰個代言人嘅，所以唔係你自己出，一早已經講咗呢樣嘢㗎啦。
不過我可唔可以講州個律
？Okay, sir, that's it. No additional testimony on the record. We need to move on to our next case. So, sir.
唔好意思，我哋要做其他嘅案件啦嚇。咁而家呢個案件結束啦，你係咁多。
咁係咪要寄信俾我先
So are you gonna mail me a letter or
yes, you
something
will
to let
get
me know?
written communication.
嚇，我哋會寄信俾你，好，多謝。
可以投訴啱唔啱？
I can file a complaint, right?
Yes, you may file an appeal. And if you need information as to how to file an appeal, check with the administrator's office.
係啊，你可以申訴再上訴，你可以同行政部門講嚇。Okay, sure. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
That concludes my matters, members of the board.
Yes.
May I and my witness, Gregory Jaskolka, be excused?
Yes, the witnesses and the interpreter are excused. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have a good day.
Okay, all right, let's move on. I think number 4 would be the next one. No, let's. I need a break.
Moving to number 4 on today's list, HA 2024-005363 for 2015 Chatham Drive, Merwise and Wari.
Yeah, you can take one of those.
Okay, let's read this matter into the record.
Number 4 today, HA 2024-005363 for 2015 Chatham Drive, Merwise and Wari.
Okay, good afternoon. Who's representing the city?
Good afternoon, Board. Caitlin Carmody on behalf of the city.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cormany. All righty. And the appellant.
David Everett representing the appellant.
Okay, you're legal counsel for the appellant, sir? Okay, how do you spell your last?
Excuse me, Chair, this is the reporter. I apologize. I did not hear counsel.
Yeah.
David Everett on behalf of the appellant, number 43760, AVERETT.
AVERETT?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Everett, will the appellant be testifying today? Okay, I need to swear him in then. Sir, if you put your name on the record and raise your right hand to be sworn.
Mirwais Anwari, and I swear.
No, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. You may have a seat. You good? I just want to advise everyone that these microphones aren't as sensitive as we'd like them to be, so please pull them to your face when it's your turn to speak. Thank you. So we will do this. It's unusual to have everybody in the room. That isn't normally the case these days. So we'll start with the city making its presentation with its witnesses. Mr. Everett, of course, you may cross-examine at the appropriate time, and then you will put on your case in chief. And of course, now, sir, I would advise you that if you need to have a confidential conversation, just let me know. If you need to leave the room, you may do that. But otherwise, we will treat it as we normally any other hearing, okay? All right, let's proceed.
The city has one witness today, and that is Ms. Stacy Jones, who is here to my right.
Okay. Ms. Jones, raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God? I do. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, Chair. This is the reporter again. I'm really not hearing. I need people to get closer to the microphones, please.
Okay. Ms. Jones, I don't think you heard anything that you just said, so let's.
I
let's
do.
Okay. Ms. Kelly, is that sufficient? Do we need to repeat?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Carmody?
All right, we'll just have to go back and forth.
Yes.
Okay, can you please state your name for the record?
Stacy Jones,
And where are you currently employed?
License and Inspections, Business Compliance Unit.
And are you familiar with the subject matter of today's appeal?
I am.
Okay, I will share my screen. Okay. All right. Just as an offer of proof, City's Exhibit 1 is a copy of the appellant's appeal form. I will move right on to City's Exhibit 2 and zoom in. Do you recognize this document?
I do. It's a revocation letter.
And when and to whom was it issued?
It's from December the 18th, 2024, issued to Mr. Anwari.
And why did the department issue this letter? What information does it contain?
It contains a revocation due to his repeated actions of operating after hours.
And for the record, what is the license number that's the subject of the revocation?
812887.
And would you agree that the particular text of the letter indicates that appellant was cited on 6 separate occasions for operating after hours?
Correct.
And the city is proceeding to revoke the license under Code Section 9-204-13A.
Correct.
Okay. And does the department, I'll scratch that. I'll move on to City's Exhibit 3. Would you agree that this is a copy of the appellant's license at issue?
It is.
And for the record, what type of license and where does the appellant operate?
This is his Center City vendor's license, and he operates on the corner of 13th Street between Chestnut and Drury.
And you testified previously that the license holder was cited multiple times by the department?
Correct.
And would you recognize those citations if I showed them to you today?
Yes, I would.
And just for the record, are those violations stored in the city's Eclipse system in the regular course of department's business?
It is.
Okay, so I'd like to walk through these violations in chronological order, if you'll bear with me. So beginning with City's Exhibit 4. If you can see that all right. What is this document?
That is a site violation notice issued to Mr. Anwari.
And what is the date and basis of the violation?
The date is 9/11/2023, and it's for operating after hours in Center City.
What operation hours are permitted under the code?
All vending activity must cease at 11 p.m.
Moving ahead to City's Exhibit, sorry, my screen is a little blocked here. City's Exhibit 5, same question. What is this document, the date?
The date of this document is January 17th, 2024. Center City vendor operating after hours.
Thank you. And City's Exhibit 6, what is this document?
That's a site violation notice for his food license because it was expired.
Okay. And City's Exhibit 7, I apologize, board, and this might be repetitive questioning. I just want to establish the documents
understood.
on the record. What about City's Exhibit 7? What is this document?
That document is a site violation notice dated January 30th, 2024. Again, operating after hours.
Okay. And what about City's Exhibit 8? What is this document?
Again, that's a site violation notice dated January the 30th. His food license was expired.
So the department issued 2 violations on this particular date, one for after hours and one for the license?
Correct.
Okay. And moving to City's Exhibit 9, what is this document?
That's a regular violation notice dated February 24th, 2024.
And why was this notice of violation issued?
Operating with an expired food license.
Showing City's Exhibit 10, what is this document?
Site violation notice dated March 26, 2024.
What was the violation in question?
Operating after hours.
And City's Exhibit 11, what is this document, and the relevant information?
This is a site violation notice for having items on the ground.
Is that the same date?
It is.
Okay.
And just for the record, what sorts of items are permitted to be on the ground? What would constitute a violation?
No items are allowed on the ground other than a trash can.
And what about City's Exhibit 12? What is this document and the relevant information?
This is a site violation notice dated, is that July? July 2nd, 2024. Items on the ground.
And what about City's Exhibit 13, this document?
That's a site violation notice dated November the 4th, 2024. Center City operating after hours.
Okay. And Moving ahead to City's Exhibit 14. What is this document, please?
Site violation notice dated 11/4/2024, still operating with an expired food license.
And as we proceed here, did you yourself issue these violation notices?
I did.
Can you please tell us what City's Exhibit 15 is?
Site violation notice dated 11/4/2024, vending after hours.
And please identify City's Exhibit 16 for the record.
This is site violation notice, November 4th, 2024. Street vendor parking prohibited.
And what does that mean for street vendor parking prohibited?
Meaning he had his cart set up in the street as opposed to on the sidewalk.
And I'm going to show a photo that was attached to that violation. Do you recognize this photograph?
I do.
And does that show the cart in the street that you had referenced?
It does.
And finally, City's Exhibit 17. Can you please identify this document?
This is a site violation notice for vending after hours.
So would you agree that City's Exhibit C14 through C17 were all issued on November 4th, 2024?
They were.
Based on this violation history that we've walked through, did the department then decide to issue the intent to revoke letter?
Correct.
To your knowledge, were any of the violations that we just spoke about appealed to the Board of L&I review prior to today's, do you recall if any of these were appealed prior to today's date?
No.
I'm now going to show what's marked as City's Exhibit 18. I'm going to fast forward to page 43 of the City's Exhibit. So you previously testified that the revocation letter is revoking the license under 9-204-13A, correct?
Correct.
I'm displaying that text here just for the record. Excuse me, zooming in.
Yeah, that's good there.
Would you agree that this section of the code provides that the department may revoke the license of a licensee who has been issued more than 3 violations in 1 calendar year?
That is correct.
Since the last violations we looked at, the November 4th, 2024, do you recall if there have been any additional incidents pertaining to this cart since then?
There has been instance in May of this year, and I believe June.
And then briefly, okay.
What is the objection? Well,
I'm sorry, Chair. This is the reporter. I did not hear counsel. Still can't hear.
okay, okay, well, let's do this.
We were not provided with anything for June. I apologize. It was.
Okay, alrighty. Let me ask it a different way. Were there written violations? Those May and June instances, did they result in written violations?
I can display City's Exhibits 19 and 20, which are from May. I do not have June SVNs.
Okay, so regarding the objection, I will sustain regarding June. So if you may enter the May objection,
Okay.
the May evidence.
Can you please identify City's Exhibit 19 that I'm displaying?
Site violation notice dated May 13th, 2025. Vending area unclean.
And finally, City's Exhibit 20, what is this document?
Still operating as a site violation notice with an expired food license.
Okay. And these May 2025 violations were issued after the intent to revoke, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I have no further questions at this time.
Okay. Ms. Everett, do you have any cross-examination? Okay, just pull that microphone over, sir.
Ms. Jones, to your knowledge, all of these citations or violations were paid?
Correct.
Regarding the expired license, there are, I guess there's two licenses. There's one license to operate a vending stand, and there's a second one that's a food license.
Correct.
And is it possible that the food license was just not displayed?
The licenses are required to be on the cart and current during operation.
Regarding the after-hours violations, I think you testified to about 6 of them. Does your citation that you issue, I guess it's called a site violation notice, does that include a time for when that violation occurred?
I'm not sure if there is a time on the photograph.
Just so I'm clear, Mr. Everett, are you asking if the violation notice itself is time-stamped or is there a time written on the violation?
So to be more specific, the notices that I've seen include a date of notice, but do not include what time the violation was. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So you can't specifically say, as we sit here today, whether a violation occurred at 11 or 11:01 or whether it was later.
Are you asking me
Yes.
in physical proof?
Yeah.
Or
Do you have any proof or independent recollection as to what time these violations were? Because it's not on the citation.
they were all after 11 because I was the one that was personally there.
But can you specifically say whether it was 11:01 or whether it was 2 in the morning?
There were various times.
And there are 3 other halal carts on that very block, am I correct?
Correct.
And at the time that Mr. Anwari was issued these violations, those halal carts were also operating and were not cited.
I'm going to object to relevance. Whatever any other halal carts were doing at the time is irrelevant to the conduct of Mr. Anwari and his cart.
Okay, sustained.
Would you cite my client if it was after 11, but he was in the process of breaking down his cart to remove it for the night?
Would I cite your client? Could you repeat that?
If it's after 11 o'clock, he's not doing business, but he's still present because he's in the process of breaking down his cart for removal for the night.
Would I cite him?
Yes. Or did you cite him?
I have never cited him. He was in full operation every time he was written up with customers in line and all.
So if Mr. Anwari testified he was in the process of removing his cart, you would disagree with that testimony?
I would disagree because Mr. Anwari was never on site.
The citation for parking the vehicle wasn't that vehicle being used to remove the cart for the night, to tow it?
No, it was not. It was put on the personal vehicle and they were operating with it in the street attached to a car.
When did you begin to have the area of 13th and Chestnut as your jurisdiction, as the area that you inspected at night? When did you start that?
I have always had Center City, and it's not just at night. It's all day, every day. So I was already the inspector when your client was awarded the location.
In 2019?
Correct.
Am I correct that that you are permitted to ask for something less onerous than a revocation? You could also ask for suspension under that section of the statute that, or the ordinance that you put up on the screen a moment ago?
Correct.
And this is the first time that any kind of suspension or revocation has been requested against my client.
It is.
I have nothing further.
Okay, thank you very much. Any redirect?
No redirect.
Okay, any additional witnesses?
No, the city rests.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Everett, your opportunity.
Yes. Oh,
I do have a question. In response to one of your questions, Counselor, Ms. Jones said that when she inspected the carts, Mr. Anwari was not present. Did I hear you correctly?
Correct. He is never present. It's always someone else.
He was not there at any of the time?
None of the times.
Violations?
None of them.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Everett?
yes. Please keep your voice loud. There's a court reporter that's.
So just on the record, you're calling your client, just set it up.
I noticed he didn't talk very loud before, so.
Okay.
I bring,
Well, let me ask a question. I'm telling you to keep your voice
Okay.
down.
Yeah, you'll need to lean in as well.
When did you first receive your license for
Oh,
this?
Let's do this, if you don't mind, just for sake of the record. Please establish his relationship to the cart, et cetera, and
What's your
the
full name?
license.
Mirwais Anwari.
And what is your relationship to the Halal Kitchen Inc.?
I own this license.
So you are Halal Kitchen Inc., you're the president of that company.
Yes.
When did you first receive a license for Halal Kitchen Inc. to operate a cart near the corner of 13th and Chestnut Street in Center City?
2019.
So from 2019 until 2024, we do not have any violations which are presented here today. Is that correct?
Yeah, to my knowledge, maybe there was one on the 2023.
Were you ever, and was that one paid?
Yes, everything is paid.
Were you ever issued a letter of suspension or revocation prior to the one that we saw up on the screen a couple minutes ago?
No.
Who operates this cart?
It's me go there and bring it, and then it's a friend or family with me sometimes there.
Are you physically on location?
Yes, in and out.
So do you agree or disagree with the testimony of the L&I official saying that you're never there?
I mean, I seen her and she did the inspection. I even have her card with me, and we talked a few times too. And I knew her when she was there.
So you have been cited, according to the testimony, a few times for after-hours operation. And under the law that we looked up on the screen, it was after 11 p.m. Can you address that issue?
These citations are not, majority of these citations, like 3 or 4 are one same day, you know, like maybe 4 citation in one day and then again like 3 or so in another day. It's not like every time I was cited. It's just like maybe three times, but its majority is all the same day. She just cited me for different things, you know, like putting stuff on the ground, which was a generator. We were about to fill it up. You know, she cited, give us a ticket, then for after hours, she say, there's another one, but it's the same day. It's not like different days.
What is the process for you to break your cart down after 11 and remove it for the night? Because you can't leave it there for the night, can you?
No, I can't. But the thing is, sometimes that area is very crowded, and when there's a car parked or something, you are not able to, you know, bring it down because you have to be on the sidewalk. So it takes a lot of times, you know, sometimes we have to take 3 or 4 rounds to come to the cart, you know, to get a space, you know, to just take it.
And how long can that process take?
Usually when the area is like, you know, having something, you know, takes hour.
You were also cited for not having a license, and I assume that's a food license. Did you have a food license?
As to my knowledge, I always have the food license, but sometimes when there is a food license not issued, we even call the Food and Health Department because they say the city is too busy. They cannot send an inspector because we cannot get a food license unless every year an LER is given to you by an inspector. If the inspector don't do the inspection for your cart, you are not able to get to renew your license. To my knowledge, you know, I don't remember anything without a license.
Okay, and as far as items on the ground, you briefly addressed that before. Is there any other times that you were cited for items on the ground, and what were those items?
The item is usually, you know, the generator that runs, you know, like the lights and stuff. So sometimes we try to fuel it, put the gas in there. We bring it to the ground. Unfortunately, at that time, she came in, and you know, that was the unfortunate.
Is there anything else with connection to this issue that you want to say to the board?
To the board, whatever happened, I apologize. You know, I didn't do anything intentionally, and I will not do it. I paid all the citations, and it will not happen again.
So each of these citations which was presented, those were $300 per, right?
Yes.
So you,
Yes.
so you paid $300 to the city for each citation, which has been put up as an exhibit.
Yes, I did.
I object.
Okay, wait. Just be clear. Protocol is very simple. The council is here and she speaks for the city. So please don't do that again. Mr. Everett?
I have nothing further.
Okay. Any cross-examination?
Just briefly, Mr. Anwari, did you receive all of these notices? You said you paid them, right?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you appeal any of the notices of violation to the board that we looked at today?
No, because I didn't know you can appeal those.
Okay, so you didn't appeal any of these, you only appealed the revocation, the intent to revoke letter that brought us here today?
Yes.
Okay. I have no further questions at this time.
Anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question, Mr. Amwell. You testified that you did not do anything intentionally. You apologized.
Yes, sir.
correct? But you also noted that the health department was too busy to renew your license, knowingly that your license was expired, but yet you operated anyway. Is that your testimony?
Sir, the license, there's two licenses. One license, I always have it. The other one, it's like when the city, you can ask also Stacy Johnson, like when you don't get an LER, and she was there, did the inspection and give us an LER to renew your license. And this is the rule in the city.
Okay, so my question is directed at you, sir. You knowingly knew the license had expired, and your testimony was that you operated anyway, correct? Yes or no?
No, I mean,
Yes or no?
the license was not expired, but we asked the city to come do the inspection. I have the license copy here, which is not expired.
Your testimony earlier was that you knew this health department was behind and that the license had expired, but yet you operated
They
anyway.
have to issue you an LER.
Okay,
Yes.
so you knew that they had not issued the LER. It had expired.
The license was not expired, but they have to come on time, like they have to tell you.
The LER had not been issued for the current year, correct?
It's been issued already. I have it.
No, at the time of the violation.
I have the license of the time of the violation here too, of the,
Your testimony was that you knew that the health department was not there, had
no,
not come.
but I have my license. I say,
Yeah, that's not my question, sir. My question is what you testified, that you knew you did not have the health department come and that you operated anyway, yes or no?
I don't know, sir, which license was mine expired. If she have a copy, if she can give it to you. So I
Yes or
wanna
no?
see it too.
You operated knowing that one of your licenses had not been renewed by either LNI or the health department, and you operated anyway, yes or no? Was that your testimony?
It is my testimony, but I don't know.
Thank you.
Stacy was here.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else have any questions? I do have, is there a redirect you'd like to?
Yes, I'd like to.
Okay.
correct. So there's two licenses. There's the vendor license, which allows you to have a cart on the street. Was that license ever expired?
No.
Okay. To your
You have to
knowledge,
speak into the microphone, Mr.
your vendor
Anwar.
license was never expired.
To my knowledge, no.
To your knowledge, you had testified that you had difficulty with getting the city to inspect with regard to your food license. To your knowledge, was your food license ever expired?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Sir, I do have a couple of things for you. Are you aware, or were you aware of the operating hours that was required for Center City vending?
I didn't know, sir, until the later on I find out because I never knew that it was like 11 o'clock.
Okay, when you received your special license to vend in Center City, which is a competitive license, everyone has to compete for it. You were not aware that there were, in 2019, that there were a time frame when you were supposed to be operating?
No, sir, I didn't know.
Okay, so based on you could set up whatever time you wanted to, early as you'd like and as long as you'd like?
I was usually going there like in the afternoon and coming, like staying till 9, 10 o'clock. And I was only there like 3 days.
Okay, and did you have employees at the cart for you most days, or were you the person principally vending?
No, it's my family and me. I'm doing go there.
Okay, but those family members are your employees, correct?
No, it's just a family help.
So they don't get paid to do this?
No, no.
Okay, all right. Any other questions from anyone?
I have no questions, just
Okay.
reserved for closing.
I have a question. there was a question asked by council regarding a suspension of a license versus revocation. And I guess I'd like to know what are the different criteria that might apply as to, because apparently this is the first time, although Mr. Anwari had several or multiple violations, he never was given a notice of suspension. You went directly to revocation. What's the process by which you determine what measure to take?
Well, our manager of our unit, after she looks over everything, she determines, okay, the first time, the second time, and then she determines if she's gonna go suspension or straight revocation. And because Center City is done by a lottery process, we don't do suspension, we just go straight revocation.
Thank you.
Ms. Jones, have other vendors in Center City been revoked?
They have.
Okay. And in this instance, given the time of the evening is so important, is there any way, do you note on your records in written form the time when the violation was written?
I do.
Okay. And would that be present in any of the violations that we have today?
It would have been in his wording that was on the violation. You were found operating at
Okay. I mean,
2:05 PM
Yeah.
or whatever AM.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. That violation itself, who has that? I don't know if that's been presented.
On the SVNs, I think this was addressed on cross-examination. So the date of notice is
Yes.
on that notice, but
Yes.
they're not time-stamped. Whether the specific time is in the city's Eclipse system, I would defer.
Well, that's what I was asking Ms. Jones. Is there any, does she record in her records or her notes the time, actual time when the violation was written, given the timing is such a critical issue?
So on the earlier notices, I do not see the time on there. On the earlier ones.
Now, you said earlier, meaning there were later ones that the time did show up?
Correct.
What date would the time, would?
Wait a minute. That's just the word. It's not on there. It's not on there.
Okay, thank you.
May I
Yes.
request an executive session?
Okay.
I'll bring my computer.
Sure, just a moment.
Sure.
I'll do that. At risk of doing something really bad that my counsel doesn't want me to do, we're going to go off the record and come back. I'd like both counsel to be prepared for closing arguments, and we will then vote. Okay? Thank you. Okay, I think we're prepared to go back on the record. I would ask each person, Ms. Everett, Ms. Carmody, to give a very short, succinct closing argument before we vote. Ms. Everett?
Obviously, the board has numerous citations before you.
I'm sorry, Chair, this is the reporter. I cannot hear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just have to-
Obviously, the board has numerous citations before it. I would just say, based on my client's demeanor, he's sincere. This is not an intentional matter. All of these citations have been paid to the tune of almost $5,000 out of his pocket. There's no specific time on these citations, and that seems to be the essence of I think that was stated as we started this proceeding, that was the essence of this proceeding, was the after hours. I would, and I believe it's a discretionary matter, but I would request that if the board has available to it a less onerous punishment, such as a suspension, since they went right to revocation without proceeding through any kind of warnings or suspensions, that's what we would be requesting. Thank you.
Thank you. Sid?
Yes, thank you, members of the board. As we've seen today, there have been numerous violations issued to Mr. Anwari's LLC regarding this cart. Mr. Anwari, in his appeal form, does not deny that the violations occurred. He argues that they were unintentional. If we're focusing on timestamps, if the appellant disagreed with the issuance of the after-hours vending violation, the appropriate remedy would have been to appeal those SVNs. Instead, Mr. Anwari chose to pay them and waited until today with this instant revocation to appeal any of the violations or notices that were sent by L&I. The code makes clear that if there are 3 or more violations issued within a 1-year period, the department is within its rights to issue a revocation. Between September 2023 and May of 2025, we have presented today, I believe, 15 citations. And if we were only looking within a 1-year period of that December 24 revocation letter and 1 year prior, that's still about 13, none of which were appealed, all of which were paid. And as such, it's the city's position that the department acted within its rights, and we would respectfully request a city affirmed.
Thank you very much. We will now poll the board regarding HA 2024. My apologies. HA 2024-005363, 2015 Chatham Drive, Mirage, MIRWAIS, Anwari, city affirmed.
City affirmed.
City affirmed.
City affirmed.
Okay, sir, the vote is unanimous, city affirmed. Of course, you may appeal our decision. Thank you very much for your participation. The witnesses are excused.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, sir. Let's go to number 7 as quickly as we can.
Okay, calling to your attention number 7 on today's list, HA 2024-002818 for 435 East
Yes,
Allegheny Ave.
No, talk to the attorneys. Talk to that attorney or your attorney.
Zin Hao U, doing business as Ming Moon House.
Okay, who's representing the city?
Good afternoon, Amy Skiles on behalf of the city.
Okay, and who's present representing the interests of the appellant?
John Griffin representing Ming Moon House, 435 East Allegheny Avenue.
Thank you very much. We have a Mandarin interpreter.
Interpreter is here.
Okay, sir, give us your full name and then raise your hand to be sworn.
First name Mike, last name Wang, W-A-N-G.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Do you swear or affirm that you will faithfully translate between English and Mandarin the proceedings in this manner?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you very much. You may lower your hand. From this point forward, sir, please interpret everything that's said, both in English and in Mandarin. Thank you very much.
I will do.
Okay, let's call the case again.
Yep, case number 7, HA 2024-002818 435 East Allegheny Ave.
现在要开始听证2024年0002818案件号码，地址是435号 East Allegheny Avenue。
Zin Hao U, doing business as Ming Moon House.
欧先生，公司的名称，店的名称 Ming Moon House。
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Ms. Skiles, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, I have one witness, Jody Wilkins.
请问这个市政府的律师，你有证人吗？有一位证人 Jody Wilkins。
Ms. Wilkins, if you're present, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
请 Wilkins 女士举起你的手，要给你宣誓。
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
Yes, I do.
请问您今天给的证词，所有的都是事实，是吗？是的。
Mr. Griffin, will your client be testifying today?
I doubt it, sir. I've reached a stipulation with Ms. Skiles about the admissibility of certain evidence. Now, she's going to object to the relevancy, but for purposes of the stipulation, I don't think we will need Mr. Wu for
Okay.
testimony purposes. And just so you know,
Wait, wait, Mr. Griffin, we need to interpret. It has to interpret everything you
Okay.
just said.
Very well.
请问这个律师，今天这个欧先生会不会来作证啊？律师回答是不会啊，因为他们跟这个市政府有些规定方面的讨论。
Okay, let's do this. Given that we have these stipulations that have been offered by the opposing counsel, I'd like to have a short opening statement from each of you and just sort of set the bar for what we will do, okay?
因为这个辩护方的这个申请上诉方的律师关于这规定方面有一些疑问啊，所以我们请双方有一个很简短的说明讨论，这样子我们知道今天是在什么样的一个规定下面来进行。
Ms. Giles?
Yes. The city before, or the matter before the board is fairly narrow. It's the revocation of the city issued tobacco retailer permit.
今天这个案件，这个它的范围很窄啊，只是要这个取消它这个售卖烟草的许可。
As you will hear from Ms. Wilkins, this tobacco retailer renewal was denied as the appellant was issued 3 CVNs for sales of tobacco without ID.
那这个店家申请这个执照更新延续被拒绝了，因为他有3次卖这个烟草，没有要求这个对方出示身份证明。
All of those CVNs have since been paid and deemed admitted. So it will be the city's argument that this tobacco retailer denial should be affirmed for those reasons.
那这3个罚单呢，都交了钱啊，可是因为有3次啊，所以这个市政府方认为这个取消他烟草的执照是应该的。
I know Mr. Griffin will introduce the state tobacco retailer permit and the fact that it is currently active. The city's objection to that would be of relevance. Because we're here to address the city tobacco retailer permit, it's our position that any active state permit is just not relevant to the case at issue.
那这个上诉方的律师会提出来说，州政府的现行法律规定是可以的哈。那市政府的这个意见是说，这个州政府因为我们现在是断定在市政府费城市区范围里面的东西，所以州政府的这个法令规定并不是直接的有关、直接相关。
Mr. Griffin, do you have an opening statement?
Yes, sir. Mr. Woodson and members of the board.
现在请这个上诉方的律师来发言先问候委员会听证委员会的这位各位委员好。
We are willing to stipulate to the testimony of Ms. Wilkins, as these violations have all been paid and admitted to.
我们接受市政府的说法，说这个3次的罚单都已经付了，而且也可以在这个上诉里面当作证据。
With that said, the argument that I have is literally quite a simple one.
那我这个有反对意见的这个理由也非常简单。
This business has had a state tobacco license that is valid. We provided that in the records since at least 2023.
这个商家呢，他有一个合法的州政府的执照我们2023年也递交过了。
Our position is that the city of Philadelphia is not permitted to preempt the state tobacco license, and we support that with case law. and in particular the Pennsylvania Supreme Court's determination in 2011 in the Holtz cigar case that we cited.
那这个我们提出来的意义就是说，市政府方面没有权利可以这个不管啊，就是不理会州政府的规定啊。那我们有提出这个以前的案例，还有宾州最高法院2011年的判决啊，相似案件的判决。
In all fairness and candidly in reality, this may be an argument that is better served at an appellate level, as I trust this board may have had this issue before. Maybe you can interpret that, Mr. Wang?
那我不晓得是不是这个听证委员会会觉得这个案件可能要由上诉法庭来听比较合适，因为我相信在这个委员会里面也有遇到过类似的情况。
But my argument is just quite simple, that the city cannot preempt, and they are the magical words, they cannot preempt the state's authority to control its licensing with regard to state tobacco licenses.
我就是在这边的提出来的这个辩护的原因非常简单，就是市政府没有法律上的地位可以剥夺啊，或者是取消州政府的这个烟草制造的这个权利。
Okay, we're going to take a short moment. I need to confer with counsel, then we will determine how to move forward.
Okay.
Thank you.
好，我们现在要暂停一下，我们要跟我们这边的法律顾问商讨一下，决定这个案件怎么往下来走。
And to decide on this matter before us at this point. I've invited my colleague, Mr. Pincus, to articulate the board's position.
I do so because I have a somewhat of a background after 50 years of practicing law in Philadelphia. So I may be able to clarify or speak more directly to the issues. Mr. Griffin, you've admitted in behalf of your client that the violations were paid and that you're stipulating to that, and that your argument is one that says that the state law, oh, I'm sorry, I have an interpreter. My apologies, I'll stop.
Yes. Thank you. 刚刚因为我们有点这个线路上的问题，所以我们没有足够的委员会可以来讨论。不过这个政府我们有授权可以，我们用这个听证会的就是有我们3个人可以来做决定哈。现在我们请其中的一位Pincus 先生他说他在费城已经在这边从事这方面的事情有50年的经验，所以他来讲讲他的想法就是讲到说这个提到刚刚上诉律师讲到的这个州政府的法律的问题请继续 ，Please continue.
The board has authority to rule on whether or not the appeal is sustainable under the City of Philadelphia ordinances. We are not empowered to make decisions as to the impact of a state law.
我们这个听证委员会呢，听证会有这个权利可以来按照来做决定按照这个费城上诉法的这个上诉的规定来做判决我们没有被授权可以来处理州政府法律的问题。
And Mr. Griffin, you has acknowledged that this is a state that you believe the state licensing law with regard to tobacco establishments supersedes the city ordinance.
这个上诉方的律师觉得这个州政府关于烟草方面的这个规定，它的权限高过市政府的规定。
And you've indicated there is a case that supports your position in this matter, which I would like you to provide for the record. so that you can preserve your right to take an appeal of our decision to the Common Pleas Court and whatever additional court level is appropriate.
我们建议这个上诉的律师刚刚说到，有这个以往的判例啊，这个先例，请您把这个先例也提出来，我们可以放在记录里面，这样子这个将来如果你要上诉到其他的法庭的话，这个记录可能对你有用的。
Have I explained adequately to you and to Ms. Skiles what I believe is the position of the board on this matter?
我不晓得我这样的说明，是不是大家清楚了？
Yes, sir.
清楚了。
Yes, I would just ask if the city could move into the record the exhibits they would have presented, which is the denial letter as well as the supporting CVNs. And I would just ask that there's a stipulation that if called to testify, Ms. Wilkins would have testified to the veracity of the documents and their authenticity.
So admitted.
And so stipulated too.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Griffin, would you care to provide a more formal?
This interpreter, should I jump in or
Yes,
wait
yes,
until?
please. We apologize.
No problem. 好的，这个市政府的这个律师要求就是把原来预备提出来的证据包括拒绝或是这个取消执照的信件，还有以前的罚单，这些都放在今天的这个记录里面这样的以后如果有上述的事情的话那也包括我们刚刚预备证人要讲的证词都在里面。这个法官同意法官同意。
Mr. Griffin, would you like to formally provide that citation?
Yes, in addressing Mr. Pincus.
Wait. The interpreter.
好的，这个主席问上诉方的律师，您是不是可以提出刚刚讲的这个以前判例的这个详细的资料答案是可以的。然后他也想回答刚刚 Pincus 先生讲的话。Please continue.
If I may to address Mr. Pincus.
Yes.
我可不可以针对刚刚 Pincus 先生讲的话有一点回应主席说可以。
With an acknowledgement, sir, that your knowledge over 50 years certainly is welcome. The case is Holtz Cigar Company, Inc. versus City of Philadelphia. The citation is 10A.3D, D as in dog, 902, Pennsylvania Supreme Court, 2011. I would note that earlier today in the submission of some documents, this case is stated in a cover letter, so that I believe the board has that.
我们欢迎Pincus 先生，因为他50年的经验，所以他的这个谈话内容我们也很乐意来听。我要提出来的这个最高法院判决的，就是这个前面的例子是 Holtz Cigar Inc. 公司案件号码10A.3D902。是这个宾州最高法院2011年的案件我在今天这个要递交的文件的这个前面的这个总论里面也有把这个资料提供出来
And consistent with the submission, Exhibit A1 is a state tobacco licensure. That expires on 2/28 of 26.
我们要提出第一个证据，就是州政府发的烟草的执照，有效期到2026年的2月28号。
Exhibit A2 with the same type of a document, where the expiration date was 2/28 of 23.
另外相同的另外也是这个以往的执照有效期是到2023年的2月28号。
And attached to that second exhibit also an expiration date of 2/29 of 24.
另外还有一个就是跟着刚刚第2号证据的附件它是有效期是到2024年的2月29号。
Also attached to that, another licensure with the expiration date at 2/28 of 25.
还有一个是执照有效期到25年的2月28号。
So essentially, licensing or licensure, I should say, from 2/23 all the way through to present.
换句话说，这个有效的执照从2023年就一直开始到现在。
These documents are submitted by stipulation with, of course, the objection that Ms. Skiles had raised about the relevancy of this information to the board.
这些是我们提出来的这个证据那当然我们也知道市政府方的律师不同意我们这样子的这些证据，因为他认为跟本案件无关。
Appellant rests.
上诉方结束辩词。
Thank you very much. But having heard the testimony from both counsel, we're prepared now to poll the board regarding HA 2024-003479.
好的，我们现在要听这个委员的讨论关于这个案件003479这个案件。
Strike that. It was incorrect citation. I'll say that again. We're polling the board regarding HA 2024-002818.
刚刚讲的这个案件号码不正确取消重新讲一遍。案件号码是 HA 2024-002818。
435 East Allegheny Avenue.
435号 East Allegheny Avenue。
Ming Moon House。
Ming Moon House 店家的名称。
Voting City affirm。
现在开始投票。市政府维持原判。
City affirmed。
市政府维持原判。
City affirm。
市政府维持原判。
City affirm。
市政府维持原判。
Thank you very much. I just want to correct the record. Mr. Jackson did join us, so he voted in this instance. So we voted with a full quorum, and the unanimous vote is city affirm.
好的，要更新一下，刚刚这个 Jackson 先生也在现场能够投票，所以我们是由完整的委员来投票的。结论就是市政府维持原判。
Mr. Griffin, as you're aware, you may appeal a decision of this board to Court of Common Pleas. We appreciate your presence today and your participation.
Sir, may I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
好，谢谢律师如果有问题的话，可以提出上诉这个上诉方律师要退席了。
All parties are excused.
Thank you. Thank you for using our service. All have a wonderful day. Interpreted disconnecting. Bye-bye.
Okay, what's that next matter?
Moving to number 5 on today's list, HA 2025-000396 for 2320 Byberry Road, Elias Sagos.
Okay. Oh, okay. Good afternoon, sir. Just for a moment before we get started, if you could push that button, sir, to make sure the light's on. Okay. Okay.
No, it's on. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ms. Skiles?
Yes, good afternoon. Amy Skiles on behalf of the city, Skiles.
And your witness today?
Yes, my witness is Stacy Jones.
Okay, Ms. Jones, raise your right hand to be sworn, please. Turn that microphone to you. Yep. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. All righty. Mr. Sagos, we should raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. You can place your hand down. Ms. Skiles, before we begin, is this a vending situation?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and Mr. Sagos, is the vending license in your name or a corporate name?
It's on my name since 1990.
Okay, all right, thank you. So let's begin.
Yes, Inspector Jones, can you tell the board where you're currently employed?
City of Philadelphia Licenses and Inspections Business Compliance Unit.
And how long have you been in that position?
Going on 30 years.
And with the board's permission, I would like to share my screen.
Yes, please.
Inspector Jones, can you tell me what is displayed as City Exhibit 1?
That's Mr. Sago's Center City vendor's license.
Okay, and it is held in his personal name?
Correct.
And is this license transferable?
No, it is not.
And exactly what does that mean for this license not to be transferable?
Meaning you cannot allow someone to use your license and reflect themselves as you using a license that's not yours, pretty much.
And this license, it's issued to a specific person as well as a specific location, is that correct?
Correct.
And do you regularly inspect this location?
I do.
And so at a certain point, did you discover that you believe this license had been transferred to another individual?
Correct.
And so did the department make the determination to revoke this license?
They did.
And so I'm scrolling to City Exhibit 2. Can you identify the document that is labeled City Exhibit 2?
That is the revocation letter sent to Mr. Sagos.
And what is the basis for this revocation?
Possible transference.
And so, as you mentioned, you personally have inspected this vending cart.
Correct.
Have you, to your knowledge, when is the last time you saw Mr. Sagos operating the cart?
It might have been a decade ago. Possibly.
And who have you seen operating the cart?
Fazal Tawab.
And how are you familiar with Fazal Tawab?
Zal Tawab has his own Center City cart.
And where is Mr. Tawab's assigned location?
Oh, before you answer, would you mind spelling that name?
Yes, and I will walk through it on documentation as well.
Thank
But
you.
it is a Fazaltawab.
F-A-Z-A-L.
AL. And then the last name Tawab, Tawab.
Thank you.
So I believe my last question was, you are familiar with Mr. Tawab because he also has a Center City vending license. And then I asked, where was Mr. Tawab's assigned location?
Right next to Mr. Sagos.
Okay. And so, Mr. Tawab, you have since then seen him operating in Mr. Sagos's location.
Correct.
And have you also reviewed, in addition to your observations, you've also reviewed documents that have led you to believe that Mr. Tawab is operating Mr. Sagos's vending cart?
Correct.
Okay. So then moving on to City Exhibit 3, can you identify the document that is currently on the screen?
That's the operation eligibility certificate issued by the Department of Public Health.
And what is this document?
That's a document that all food vendors have to obtain from the health department, giving them eligibility to operate.
And who was the licensee listed on this operation eligibility certificate?
Elias Sagos,
And who is named as the Philadelphia Food Safety Certified Person?
Fazal Tawab.
And what does that indicate to you?
That Fazal Tawab is operating the cart.
Could Mr. Tawab be an employee of Mr. Sagos?
He would need a tax account, a wage account. And that's kind of hard. How are you an employee on his cart if you have your own cart, which is right next to his cart?
But does Mr. Sagos have a wage account?
Not that I know of.
I will move on to City Exhibit 4. What is this document?
That's a health inspection report.
And what is this health inspection report? Why is this required?
That's the report that the health department gives on every inspection that they conduct on the vending carts.
And what is the date on this report? It's at the top right corner.
That's 4/5/24.
And then I'll scroll down, to the bottom. And let me actually go back to the top. This food facility inspection report, is this for the location in question?
It is.
Okay, so then who is listed as the person in charge of this location, as indicated at the bottom of the report?
Fazal Tawab.
And then I'm going to scroll to another food inspection report. What is the date of this report?
4/12/23.
And who is the person listed as person in charge for the 2023 report?
Fazal Tawab.
And now scrolling down to another food facility inspection report. What is the date of this report?
4/20/22.
And who is named as the person in charge for the 2022 report?
Fazal Tawab.
And finally, my last food facility inspection report. What is the date of this report?
That's a 6/26/2021.
And who is the person in charge of the 2021 report?
Fazal Tawab.
Okay. And I will now move on to what is the document labeled City Exhibit 5?
That's a vendor inspector form that we use when we go out annually to check the vendors.
And what was the date of this inspection?
August 13, 2019.
And it indicates the worker who was present this day. Who was the worker who was present back in 2019?
Fazal Tawab.
And the following are a series of photographs that the department took when they inspected in 2019.
Correct.
And did the department also confirm who the cart was registered to at the time?
We did.
Scroll through to the end of the pictures. Who was the cart itself registered to?
I will not hatcher that name. But
But wait, what we need to do though, if we do need a response to your question, so spell it if you can.
You could,
pronounce
yes,
it.
just do your best.
I'm gonna say Palakis. Palakis.
You may spell the last name if.
Paraskevi.
No, sir, don't say anything. Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay. And then my final exhibit, what is City Exhibit 6?
That's an inspection form.
And what was the date of this inspection?
8/29/18.
And who was the worker on site back in 2018?
Omar Sadani, along with Fazal Tawab.
Okay. And at that time, the cart itself was still registered to, I'm sorry, this Mr. Paraskivy?
Yes.
So, based on the department's observations and documentary evidence, it doesn't appear that Mr. Sagos has been the one operating this cart going back to at least 2018. Is that correct?
Correct.
I have no further questions for Inspector Jones.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Sagos, do you have any questions for the inspector based on her testimony?
Yeah, Polakis Paraskevi is my ex-wife.
No, not a statement.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you have a question for the inspector?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, any additional witnesses?
No additional witnesses from the city. I would just ask to move my exhibits into the record.
So moved. Okay, Mr. Sagos, your opportunity to tell us what you understand to be happening here.
Okay, I'm working on this location since
No, you need to slow down a little bit and speak a little louder so the court reporter can hear you.
I'm working on this location since 1990. I
Okay.
haven't missed a year, pay tax all the time. 7 years ago, I got very sick with my heart. I got heart cardiomyopathy, and my heart went down 25%. So I was taking the card out every day, and I just found the friend, Twab. He was helping me a few hours. I would stay there to 9 or 10 o'clock, but my health doesn't allow me to stay that many hours. Which he's on a payroll, I pay taxes for him, and I just wonder 3 more years to retire it and get my Medicare. It's not like I do anything illegal. I pay my taxes for 35 years, and the last 7 years, I just happened to be very sick. That's all I have to say.
Okay, any cross-examination?
You said he is on your payroll. Do you have a city wage account?
I don't have it with me at the moment, but I do have.
Okay. Nothing further. I have no further questions.
Anyone else have any questions? Okay. Before any closing argument, either by Mr. Sagos, anything else you want to add or tell us?
No.
Okay.
Just briefly, as it states on the license itself, this is non-transferable. It was issued to, I'm sorry, Mr. Sagos for his exclusive use. Mr. Sagos and Mr. Sagos alone is supposed to be operating this cart. And it sounds like through his own admission, he does have a friend, Mr. Tawab, operating the cart at this time. To the city's knowledge, he does not have a city wage account, therefore he couldn't have any legal employees. He doesn't have that information with him today. So the city believes that we have established that this revocation was issued appropriately, and we would ask for a city affirm.
Okay, thank you very much. If there's nothing else from anyone, we will poll the board regarding HA 2025-0003962320 Byberry Road. Elias Sagos, city affirmed.
City affirmed.
City affirmed.
I believe Mr. Jackson was with us. There he is. Yep. You're muted.
City affirmed.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sagos, the unanimous vote is city affirmed, which means you lost your appeal. Now, you may appeal our decision, and if you need information as to how to do that, call the administrator's office, and someone there will tell you what you need to submit an appeal for a board decision. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Witnesses are excused. Do we have any additional cases? Okay, what's the next case?
We did have a request from the city to move to case number 39. It should be HA 2025-002158 for 7419 Kiefer Street, Francis and Antonia Plick.
Okay, who's representing the city?
Good afternoon, members of the board. Kristen Patchell for the city.
Ms. Patchell, Francis and Antonio Plick, are you present?
Yeah.
P-L-I-C-K.
Francis says Antonia's in bed.
Okay, before we get going with this, Francis, what is your relationship to this property?
I'm the owner. My wife and I are joint owners.
Okay, and is that Antonia? Is that your wife?
Yes,
Okay. Please raise your right hand so that you may be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you give today be the truth to help you God?
yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Ms. Patchell, you have any witnesses?
I do. The city has one witness, Inspector Miguel Rosa.
Okay, Miguel Rosen, would you raise your hand to be sworn, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you very much. Let's proceed.
Good afternoon, Inspector Rosa.
Okay, now, sir, as we said to the others, yeah, you sit over there because no one else is here, and otherwise it'll be easy just for you to speak directly and make sure that light is on. That light's on.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Why don't
thank
you spell your name for the court reporter, please? It's Miguel, M-I-G-U-E-L, last name Rosa, R-O-S-A.
Thank
If I,
you.
excuse me, if I could ask the witness to move the microphone closer to himself. Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds a little weird, Mr. Rosa, but they
Okay.
require special attention, these mics.
Sure.
Okay, let's proceed.
Okay. Good afternoon, Inspector.
Good afternoon.
Are you familiar with a property located at 7419 Kiefer Street?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And have you been out to inspect that property?
Yes, I have.
Did you issue an initial notice of violation?
Yes, I did.
And would you recognize that if you saw it?
Yes.
Okay. Permission to share my screen?
Yes, please.
At this point, members of the board, the city would just first mark and move Exhibit City 1, which is the OPA page for 7419 Kiefer Street, showing that it's owned by Antonia and Francis Plick.
So noted.
Inspector, I'm going to display what has been pre-marked as City Exhibit 2 on the screen. Do you recognize that up there?
Yes,
Is that the notice of violation that you issued to the Plicks?
correct.
And what was the date of this notice?
May 7th, 2025.
And was that the date of your inspection?
Yes,
And was the date of mailing May 8th, 2025?
correct.
Okay. And what was the property that was in violation?
7419 Kiefer Street, Philadelphia, PA 19128.
Okay. Thank you, Inspector. I'm going to have you just walk us through the violations you issued. What was the first violation that you issued?
The first violation was the accumulation of rubbish and garbage in the exterior of the property.
And is that PM 302.1?
Correct.
What was the next violation you issued?
Combustible debris and rubbish, the accumulation within the building.
And I'm going to ask you to just speak a little bit louder directly into the mic.
Combustible debris, rubbish, and waste material accumulated within the building.
Okay. And is that Fire Code 3304.2.1?
Correct.
And is there also another property maintenance violation under 308.1?
Yes, it's the exterior property premises, the accumulation of rubbish and garbage inside the property. I mean, sorry, outside the property.
Okay. Moving on to the next page. Can you explain why you cited PM 302.4?
The excessive overgrown vegetation outside of the property.
Thank you. Inspector, did you take photographs in May to go along with your notice of violation?
Yes, I did.
And would you recognize them if you saw them?
Yes.
Displaying City Exhibit 3 on the screen. What, if anything, is this first photograph?
That is the exterior, the front exterior of the property, the overgrown trees and bushes, which you can't see half of the property because of it.
Thank you. Continuing to the next photograph, can you describe what we're looking at here?
Yes, that's the rear yard, the exterior rear yard.
And what, if anything, is going on in this photograph?
The overgrown vegetation and the accumulation of rubbish and trash.
Okay. Continuing to the next photograph, is this another picture of the front exterior?
Front exterior, yes.
And does this show overgrown bushes?
Bushes, yes.
Continuing to the fourth photograph, what, if anything, does this show?
So that is the front entrance to the exterior front, the front steps, which you can't get by because of the overgrown bushes.
Thank you. Continuing to the fifth photograph, where is this?
That is the side exterior, the breezeway, entering the rear yard.
Okay, and is there an accumulation of debris there?
Yes, trash and cans and recycling.
Continuing to the sixth photograph, where is this taken?
That is the top of the step of the side entrance of the property. I took a picture of an above of the yard.
Thank you. Continuing to the seventh photograph, were you able to access the interior?
Yes,
Did Mr. Plick allow you to enter?
yes, he granted me access.
Okay, and is this a photograph of the threshold of the property?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Continuing to the eighth photograph, what are we looking at here?
That is a picture of the living room with excessive storage and rubbish, combustible rubbish.
And why is this a concern for the department?
Because it's egregious amount of storage and it's combustible. So if there was a fire, it can go up in flames.
Okay, and is this a conjoined property?
Yes,
And is there a neighbor next door?
yes.
Okay. Continuing to the next photograph, what are we looking at here?
More storage and rubbish. This was, I believe, the dining room.
Okay, thank you. Continuing to the next photograph, is this also the dining room?
That is also the dining room from another side.
Okay, and is there also an accumulation of combustible debris here as well?
Yes.
Okay. Continuing to the next photograph, what does this show?
That is a smoke alarm.
Okay.
Smoke detector, excuse me.
Was it working, do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Continuing to the next photograph, what room is this?
That is the kitchen slash dining room. The kitchen is split with like a bar. And that's also full of paper and more storage.
Okay, thank you. Continuing on, is this also the kitchen?
That's the kitchen. That's the little bar I was referring to. And that's more like storage that's excessive.
Okay. And then the next photograph, does this depict the kitchen as well?
Correct.
Anything of note for this photograph?
Excessive storage.
Okay. And then continuing to the next photograph, which is the last in City Exhibit 3, is this just another picture of the smoke detector?
Yes, that's on the second floor.
Okay. You issued this initial notice in May of 2025, correct?
Correct.
And did the city go out 3 months later in August to re-inspect?
Yes.
And did you take more photographs at that time?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Would you recognize them if you saw them?
Yes.
Displaying City Exhibit 4, is this the photograph you took in August of 25?
Correct.
Okay, what are we looking at here?
This is the side entrance going into the side door of the property.
Okay. And have conditions improved or are they the same?
They improved just a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Continuing to the next photograph, what does this show?
That is the condenser for the air conditioning behind the steps on the side entrance, and that's just full of storage and rubbish that was there at the first inspection.
Okay. Is this a concern for the department?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because it's harborage for rodents. So if it's not cleaned up and maintained, then you know, the rodents could breed and be a nuisance to the neighbors.
Thank you. Continuing to the third photograph from August, is that the same?
That's the same.
Okay. And then continuing to the next photograph, is this just a close-up? Thank you. What does this show?
So that's the rear property, the rear yard. It shows the extra overgrown weeds and vegetation. The
Okay.
last time I was there.
And so there had been no real change since May. Okay. Continuing to the last photograph. What does this show?
It's the front of the property. It still remains the same as the initial visit.
Okay. And were you able to access the interior in August?
No, I was denied access at that moment.
Okay. Inspector, did you also go back out recently, last week to re-inspect?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you take more photographs?
Yes, I did.
And would you recognize them?
Yes.
All right. Turning to City Exhibit 5, what, if anything, does this show?
So that's recycling that was put out.
Okay, so there was some recycling out. Continuing to the next photograph, what does this show?
That is the entrance to the side of the property, which we saw earlier. That was clean, and now it's gotten worse.
Okay, so
That's inspection.
it got worse since August. Next photograph, what does this show?
That is the entrance to the side of the property.
Is there still some debris against the house?
Yes.
Okay. Continuing to the photograph of the air conditioner again, what, if anything, does this show?
That's the air condenser. Still remains the same. Nothing has changed.
So nothing had changed in the month since you had been out?
No, it hasn't.
Okay. Continuing on, what does this picture depict?
It's a picture of the rear yard, and it's still, as well, it still looks the same.
Okay.
A lot of rubbish and storage back there.
And is there overgrowth as well?
Growth for, yes.
Okay. Continuing to the next photograph, where is this on the location?
It's the same location with the rear, it's just a different angle. I just want to show more of the rubbish that was leaning against the house.
Okay. And is this the last photograph?
Yes, the front of the property.
And these bushes still exist?
Still exists, yes.
Okay. Just in conclusion, what are the department's concerns with the conditions of both the exterior and the interior?
Say that again?
What are the department's main concerns with the conditions of both the exterior and the interior of this
So the
property?
concerns for the exterior, like I said, it was the harborage of rodents and like animals, being a nuisance to the neighboring properties. And also the inside, the concerns with the inside is the chance of a fire happening and all the combustible storage just going up in flames and being a nuisance to the neighbor.
Thank you. I don't have any further questions I'd offer for cross.
Okay, all righty. Mr. Plick, do you have any questions for the inspector based on his testimony?
Yes, I received a letter on
Okay,
the,
Mr. Plick, what I'm asking you, do you have any questions for him? You can make your statement in a moment, but do you have any questions for him?
all right, sometime between the 15th of September and yesterday was the 24th of September, there was knocking on the door, and I didn't get in time, was in the bathroom to answer the door, and when I opened the door, there was a card from Mr. Rosa. So I called him that afternoon.
Okay,
And
no, Mr. Plick, what is the question that you have?
That's what I'm going to say. I talked to him, and I explained to him,
No, sir, ask the question. What question do you have?
okay, he was going to call me the next day, he said. He was going to talk to the supervisor, but he never called me back. And I wanted to know why I didn't get a call back about, he was going to talk to the supervisor about the situation.
Okay. Mr. Rosa, do you have a response?
Yeah, I didn't say, we said that he needed to get the stuff resolved, but I never said I was gonna call back.
Okay. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Plick?
Yes, I disagree. He said he was going to talk.
Okay,
to,
well, Mr. Plick, you can make
Yes,
that
okay.
argument later. Do you have
Okay,
any other questions?
No.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, Ms. Patcho, any additional witnesses?
No, at this point, the city would mark and move C1 through C5 into the record, and with that, the city would rest.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Plick, now is your opportunity to tell us what's going on.
Okay. last year on the 12th of April, 2024, I was in the kitchen and my cat was eating. The cat had a thyroid condition and she was eating like voraciously. Anyway, I went to jump over her, not to step on her, and I fell on my right knee. I fell on my right knee and they had to take me to the hospital. Actually, my son took me to the hospital on the 15th, I think it was. And I went to the emergency room, and the emergency room doctor said, "Oh, you separated a bone from your knee, and you're going to have to heal on your own. It has to heal on your own." So I stayed home for a month. And then on the 16th of May, my son took me to my podiatrist, uh, and he had to wheel me into the hospital. I had a wheelchair in between. I got a wheelchair because I couldn't walk at all. And he wheeled me into the hospital backwards to go to the podiatrist. The podiatrist looked at my right foot and he said, I had an infection on my right foot that he only sees like twice a year, and I'm one of the cases. So he says, you gotta go into the hospital and get intravenous antibiotics for that infection. So I went home, then I came back to the hospital. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks getting antibiotics. And then 2 weeks after that, I was in therapy so I could walk with a walker. And I got out of there, and then I was home, and I had visiting nurses coming over. And on the 2nd of July, the nurse said, your knee's not it's not healing. You got to go back into the hospital to get more antibiotics. So I went in on the 2nd of July, and they looked at it and they released me on the 5th of July. When I was in there from May to June, they operated on my right foot for the infection on the 20th of May. And they had to see that infection didn't go to the bone, which it didn't. And on the 25th of May, they operated on my knee. They had to reconnect the muscle above my knee into my kneecap. And my healing process took a long time. I had the at-home care by the nurses, and I went back to my orthopedist about 3 times. And the last time I saw him, he says, I can't do anything for you. You have to go to a wound doctor. So I wound up going to Bryn Mawr Hospital.
Okay,
Time.
sir.
Yeah,
wait.
Yeah.
I know this is these are critical issues for you, but one way to help us would be just to tell us that you were hospitalized for a certain
Yeah.
period of time. Now,
Okay.
what does that have to do with the condition of your house?
All right. I'm not finished with my medical problems.
Okay,
Then-
just summarize that. Tell us.
Okay, I'll
what the-
summarize it as best
yeah,
I
yeah.
can. Okay. So then, around the end of November or so, I was finished with the knee problem. Then in December, I was getting bad pains in my neck. So they told me, go to an MRI. I did. They said I got spinal stenosis. I lost feeling in both arms. I can't lift them that much, both arms. And then another medical problem I had when I was cleaning outside, June the 4th, 5th, and 6th, I was cleaning the yard, the weeds and all that stuff. And then on the 8th of June, I had a heart attack. They had to come with the rescue squad and take me to Roxborough. And then from there, they had to transfer me to Lankenau, and I had heart surgery on the 13th of June this year. And I came home, and I had to go a couple times back there to see a registered nurse and the surgeon. And they told me I can't lift anything heavier than that. So what I'm saying is all my medical problems makes me move slower to do these things. I was out in the yard yesterday for 4 hours walking around with a cane, gathering up weeds. We put 5 bags of weeds out last night that I had gathered like the week before, cuttings and all. And my son puts it out to the curb because I can't even walk out to the curb to take the trash for the trash collection. He has to do that himself. And I'm limited in my ability to get around because I either have to walk with a cane or a walker. And that's what's
Okay.
slowing things down. And the
Okay.
first year, one more thing, the first year that after I hurt my knee, I think I was in the backyard once or twice. And that's it.
Okay. Ms. Pacho, any cross-examination?
Just very briefly. Good afternoon, Mr. Plick.
Hi.
Your son, does he live with you?
Yes.
How old is your son?
He's going to be 41 on the 1st of November.
Okay. I don't have anything further.
Okay. Mr. Flick, we do have some additional questions for you.
Yes.
And I just want to confirm with you, the photographs that we saw earlier of the interior of your property, Is that an accurate reflection of the condition of the inside of your house?
Yeah, it was, but it's gotten better.
Okay, do you have any photographs that you can share with with us or the inspector?
Do you have anything?
I do, but I'd have to look for them.
He says he does. It's on his phone, but he'd have to look for them.
Okay, is there any reason why you didn't allow the inspector access to your interior property in the last 2 inspections?
I don't recall not letting him come in. The
Okay.
25th of April of last year, or no, it was this year, I bumped into my neighbor's car, and on the 30th of, 5 days later, on the 30th of April, Mr. Rosa showed up. And he
Okay,
knocked on the door, and he said, "Can I see, you have smoke detectors?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "Can I come and see him?" I said, "Yes." So I let him in the house. He's correct.
Okay.
about that, yes. But I don't remember denying him entry any times after that.
okay, the large tree that's in your front, that's limiting access to your front entrance, have you had anyone cut that back?
No, because actually I haven't, because nobody addressed any problem with the trees. What?
That's part of the violation.
My son said he did cut it some, yes. He just told me.
Okay. Okay, that's part of the violation. You may need to get a professional tree company to cut that back severely, but okay. Anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Yes, what other questions do you have, sir?
I got a notice here on the 15th of June, not 15th of June, 15th of this month of September, saying that, which was dated the 12th of September, saying that I had to cut the weeds and stuff like that. They can't be over 10 inches tall.
I'm
And
going to object at this point. This is a separate violation that is not the subject of this appeal.
Oh, it isn't?
oh, it
Mr.
is.
Plick, no, Mr. Plick, I believe you appealed it just 2 days ago. You will have a separate hearing for that. That's not what we're in front of today.
Oh, another hearing.
Yep, you appealed it later, so they didn't consolidate both hearings. You appealed a
Well,
different violation, okay?
Let me,
Now,
let me,
let me tell you this, there is city code that stipulates or determines how high vegetation, whether it's flowers or grass or weeds, should be allowed to grow.
Mhm.
Not everybody agrees with them, but that's the code. And so that's maybe why you got that violation, but we aren't going to spend time on that today. We're only talking about the violations that were noted earlier by the city, which was the rear trash, the sidewalk trash, and the tremendous amount of material in your living room, your kitchen.
yeah. Okay. Well, let me say something else.
Okay, is it
Um,
related to today's
yes,
hearing and
yeah.
appeal?
Yes. When I was in the hospital, in Roxborough Hospital on the 10th of June this year, people from the fire department came in. I was in the hospital, so my son talked with them. And on the 10th. And then they came back again on August 5th, and I was home then. And when they came in, they said there was 5 people when they came in, and one of them was from L&I, a lady. When they came in on the 5th of August, they said, "Oh, it looks like you have an improvement here. You got rid of some stuff in the parlor." I said, "Yes, we've been working on it." Okay. So then on the 26th of August, I had what do you call this, Tommy? The visual,
What?
what we're doing now?
Hearing.
A hearing the same way. On a
Fire safety.
fire
I'm
safety.
going to object at
Well,
this
Mr. Blake, I'm not sure what that's had to do with this hearing.
It is relevant.
Well, what hearing was that?
And
It
just
was
a
the
moment,
fire
Mr.
board.
Plick,
It
Mr.
wasn't-
Plick, Mr. Plick, is there someone speaking to you?
My son's
while
in the
we're-
back. My son's over here.
Well,
Yeah.
but he's not a witness.
Okay.
The only person who's a witness is you.
Okay. Well, he's my son. He's been going through all this with me. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but the problem is that we have a court reporter recording everything that's said. And the person
Okay.
who is the witness is the only one who should be speaking because your voice gets picked up. And we
Okay.
don't, that's creating a record. So he can't say anything to you. He should be whispering to you, anything like that. Okay, sir? So if you want to call him as a witness at some point, that's different. But he can't be speaking in your ear. Okay?
well,
I would
call him
like to
as a
speak when
witness.
he's
then.
No, no,
done.
no, we're not gonna do that now. Well, let's move forward. We'll let you do that in a moment, but I just want to get some other things clear first. You have to stick to the reason for today's hearing,
Okay.
okay?
Well, let me-
So
let me-
what, the issue has to do with whether or not the city wrote a valid violation, whether the conditions that are noted on those photographs, was that an accurate reflection of what was happening at your home?
Was at the time, yes.
Okay, and your defense thus far is that you were hospitalized for an extended period, therefore you couldn't take care of it. That was what you told us, correct?
Yeah, I couldn't take care of it as well as I could because I'm handicapped now. I got a
Okay, but
cane
now,
or walker. Yes.
is there no one else in your family, either who reside with you or in general, who could help take care of some of this?
No, my son just takes the trash out to the curb. I do most of the work out.
You don't think he's capable of cutting the weeds back and getting rid of all the trash in the back?
He has breathing problems. He gets exerted. He's like 350 pounds.
Okay, and there's no one else in your family who can help you
No.
or friends?
No, my wife has breast cancer and she's in depressed state. She-
Okay.
And she's gonna be getting very depressed over this whole situation.
Okay, all right, just one thing. Is there anything else from anyone?
Yeah, me.
Okay, what else, sir, would you like to say?
On the 26th of August, there was 5 people here and one of the ladies.
Okay, wait, Mr. Plick. If
Yeah,
it's not related to your
is.
appeal, listen to
Yeah,
me.
go
You
ahead.
can't speak while I'm speaking.
Go ahead.
What we want to hear from you is information related to the appeal that you submitted and the violations that were written by LNI. If what you're about to say is about a different situation, that doesn't really help us.
No, it is about the same situation. Because
Okay.
August
Mr. Plick, before
Yes.
you speak further, the
Yes.
purpose of this appeal,
Yeah.
of anyone who appeals the violations to this board, is because they believe the city issued the violation notices in error. That the information that the city observed, the city inspector, when he or she went out to your property, they saw these conditions and they issued violation notices.
Mhm.
Now, we've heard testimony from the city inspector. We've heard your reply. We've heard your description of your various medical conditions, but you haven't said anything that would suggest that when the city's inspector, Inspector Rosa, came out to your property, that those conditions didn't exist at the time that he issued those violations. So the question is, do you have any information or do you wish to put on any additional information that would challenge the correctness of those violation notices?
All right. Maybe that this stuff was
Do
over.
you have any information that you wish to
Yes.
add to which you've already presented?
Yes. The 26th of August, 5 people were here. One was from the LNI. And they told me, they were talking about, because I said I needed more time and extension to get these things rectified. So they told me, well, you could probably, you could have till the end of November. Okay. And they said they're going to give this information to the, for my appeal that I'm going to have. Okay. Which is today.
Okay, I don't think the record reflects anything from the fire department. We didn't get that document. Did they give you a letter or anything?
No, they just were here and they talked with me. Lieutenant Wade was with them, one of them, and a lady from the EMS, and the lady was also here from LNI. There was 5 people altogether. And then they were here on the 26th of August, and on the 15th of September, okay, I got a letter dated the 12th of September, which is 17 days after they were here, and the letter said, you have the weeds growing there.
Objection. This is not
What?
relevant.
Okay.
Why? I said, talking about the weeds. That's what the complaint was about. They said, you got these weeds and all, and you have to get that straightened out by
Yes.
the 25th of September, which is today, or you're going to get a $300 fine.
Okay,
I
that
was
was
out in the yard and I did this for 2 weeks, whatever. And yesterday I was out there for 4 hours and we put all the trash out and they collected it all. If somebody comes and looks at the house now outside, it's much better. The
Okay.
weeds pull up, everything.
okay. And the inspector did note in the photographs that on several of his re-inspections, some things were better. Other things had not changed. So the issue is whether or not the violations were properly written. And so that's where we are. You
Well-
haven't submitted any additional information that would suggest otherwise, have you? I mean, things that were done yesterday, we don't have because today is the
They said that
meeting.
somebody would come on the 25th of September
Okay,
today.
but that's the fire department. That's separate from the
No, from
LNI.
L&I got the letter. It says they're gonna come on the 25th to, I had until the 25th to correct the problem.
Okay, who signed that letter?
Let me take a look at it. I don't know if anybody.
Mr. Plick,
Yeah.
Mr. Plick.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, see if you can find it. I want to see here's who signed it, then we're gonna move on.
Okay, hang on. Violation of this, hang on. This is dated September 12th.
This
And-
is the notice of violation, Mr. Plick, for your separate case. And
That's
there's
a separate-
probably a correct by date. That has nothing to do with this case. So I will object.
I
to
don't
this
see
as
any
well.
signature on it.
Okay, but that's a different violation. That's not the one the hearing for today is about. The hearing for today is about the older violations.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
whatever.
All right. Okay, anything else from anyone?
Nothing from the city.
My
Okay.
son, you want to talk anything?
Yes.
Uh,
My son wants to be sworn in as a witness.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on a minute. Before he does that,
Yeah.
he will have to respond to questions that you ask him, and it has to be about only these violations, okay? All right, and new information would be helpful. What is his name?
Thomas Plick.
Okay, Mr. Thomas Plick, would you move forward so we can see your face, sir?
You want to sit here?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear affirm the testimony that you give will be the truth to help you God?
I do.
Okay, now, Mr. Francis Flick, you have a question that you want your son to respond to.
Let's see. Yes, talk about the initial violation. You're talking the weeds and all. 3 days before, the 4th, 5th, and 6th of June, I was out there. It was 87 degrees.
Okay, wait, Mr. Flick. Now, you're
That's why I
testifying.
had a heart attack.
Mr. Flick, you're testifying now. Let him respond.
I'm gonna let him sit down and testify. Go ahead. Tell him about that.
Sir, you have to have a question for your son to answer to.
He's gonna sit down and talk to you. Go ahead.
I'm going to ask for an offer of proof at this point. What is it that Mr. Plick's going to testify to?
Okay, we're
that's relevant?
expecting that the son, Thomas Flick, will offer additional and new information that has not yet been put on the record. Mr. Thomas Flick, let's see if we can help you out here. What new information can you help us in terms of why the cleanup hasn't happened?
Well, what he said is true. He had a heart attack. Now we had the meeting, the hearing with the fire safety board about a month ago, and some of these violations in this case are talking about the fire code. So in that meeting, they told us that correcting the violations in the house was, more urgent
Then the outside.
than the ones outside. So we've been spending more time.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Has the interior of the house been cleaned up?
We're still working on it. There has been.
So the answer is that it's not been cleaned up yet.
Yes.
Okay.
Partially.
Now, I heard somebody in the background, whoever that is, they must be quiet. Also, has the rear yard been cleaned up?
Largely, yes. I would like to say,
But no, well, wait a minute. Based on the photographs that we just saw of the rear yard, has that debris been moved away?
yes, a lot of it was aluminum cans, and we got rid of the can. We took
Okay.
the metal.
Have
cans.
you had anyone come out and reduce the size of that front tree so you can have access to your front steps?
I actually cut some of the bush that's directly opposite the door on the front of the house.
Okay, did
And
you
I-
submit any evidence for today's hearing?
No,
You didn't, okay,
I wasn't told about that. I'm sorry.
okay.
I also trimmed the trees that are on the walkway in the front. There were branches that were coming out sort of on a slant, and I trimmed those. So since I did that, some of it may have grown back, and I trim it again.
Okay. Now, you
I-
understand the importance of that is that it prohibits emergency personnel, people in the house, from easily getting in and out of your property. That's
I
a
understand.
serious hazard.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't dispute that there were violations. When we filed the appeal, we wanted to ask for more time because that's one of
Okay.
the options on the form.
That's understood. Okay, just 1 second, sir. Ms. Patchell, any cross-examination?
I don't have any cross.
Okay, all right, thank you for the additional input, okay? Thank you for that. Anything else before we vote on what to do in this matter?
Yeah, so as I said, I did trim the trees, but when I read these notices closely, it talks about the length of the grasses and weeds. And then it says it doesn't apply to the trees. So I actually don't know how long the trees are supposed to be. I
Well,
did
The
ask
tree
Mr.
is the
Rosa-
issue because the branches are blocking the sidewalk.
Okay. I did ask Mr. Rosa if he knew, was there a certain length the trees are supposed to be? And he said, I don't know.
The height of the tree is an issue, it's the shrubbery that's blocking egress,
Okay.
okay? All right, anything else from anyone?
Yes,
Okay,
I
just-
just
I have something.
briefly close.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
I have another question.
Yes,
Back on 6th of June or so, the 2nd of June, Tommy mailed the appeal at a post office, and on the 6th of June or so, he emailed it, and we requested more time. Now, this hearing today, I thought it was going to be whether we're going to have more time or not, because this is the first I heard from your board.
because when you submit an appeal,
we
it's
submitted-
scheduled, you asked me a question, let me respond. When you submit an appeal, it gets scheduled and we respond to the appeal that you write. And we are listening to your testimony, and we are here to determine if the violation notices were properly written. That's that's what we can decide. And so we will do that in a few moments. We will make a decision as to whether there's any level of relief that's available. But we're considering what you just said, okay? And we consider what Thomas has just said. So unless there's something new that we have not heard, we're prepared to vote.
May I
make-
say something?
May I close?
Sir, is there something, you had your hand up, was it something?
Yes. Yeah, Don mentioned these two notices. These seem to be duplicates from before, so I don't know.
Well, there was a re-inspection,
Okay.
and there's a different violation written at a different time. And so
Okay.
if you want to appeal those, you may. Okay, Ms. Patcher, any closing comments?
The city just wants to call the board's attention again to the fact that this was the city's emergency appeal. We asked to move this hearing up because the city does have concerns about the conditions of both the interior of the property, which is a fire hazard, and the condition of the exterior. The board saw photographs from just a week ago on September 18th, namely the compressor for the air conditioner, an extensive amount of rubbish, still an extensive amount of rubbish in the backyard. It appears to the city that these conditions have existed for quite some time. It's not fair to the neighborhood at large. It's not fair to the person who's adjoined to this property. And the city would ask that you affirm these violations without any kind of stay of enforcement, as this was our emergency appeal, and we would like to potentially move this case forward.
Okay. Ms. Patcher, one question I do have though, why there hasn't been an additional interior inspection?
So when I went the last time, I knocked and nobody answered. So I left my business card, just like Mr. Plick said. And he called me and I asked him if I could schedule another inspection. And then he went along to tell me that somebody else was there and that he needed more time. So I asked him if I could still come and see the progression, and he said no, that he needed more time.
Okay. Do you know who the other inspector was from LNI with the fire board?
No, I do not.
Okay. All right, thank you. Anything else from anyone? If not, we will call the vote in a moment.
I have a comment, yes. If somebody, they said.
I'm not sure, sir. Okay, Mr. Plick,
I asked the question?
Yes.
Okay. They said on this letter that I got on the 15th of September, they said by the 25th of September, you got to have these things cleaned out or you're going to have to pay a $300 fine. Okay. I expected somebody to come here on the 25th today to look at it because I've spent hours and hours out in
Well,
that.
sir, that's a different violation notice that's not part of today's hearing. That's it. You've submitted an appeal for that violation. And so that'll be heard at a different date. So what I recommend that you do is take photographs today indicating the current condition. So when you have your next hearing, that will be put on the record, okay?
All right, and I hope you take into consideration my health problems while, there was
Well,
slow-
the issue here is whether or not the city wrote the violations correctly, whether they did a fair review of your property and the conditions that existed at the time. That's what we're required to do. Okay?
Okay,
If nothing else from anyone?
no, I guess not.
Okay, regarding HA 2025-002158, 7419 Kiefer Street, Francis Antonia Plick, City of Fern.
What's happening?
Well, we're voting, City of Fern. We're affirming the violation notice.
Oh, what it meant. Okay,
That was my vote. The other members have yet to vote.
okay.
I'm voting city affirmed.
City affirm with 3 month stay of enforcement.
Did you say 2 months or 3 months?
3 month stay of enforcement.
That's 90 days. Okay, Mr. Jackson?
City affirm.
Okay, thank you very much. The vote is city affirmed, which means, sir, that you lost your appeal. You may appeal our decision. If you need information as to how to appeal our decision, call the administrator. Someone there will help you, will tell you what you need to do to appeal our decision. In the meantime, please call the inspector so you can have someone come out and look at the interior of your property because you have additional violations. Okay?
What did you,
Mr. Plick, may I also make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Perhaps you should call your city council representative and ask them whether there's a social service agency that may be able to assist you in dealing with the care of your property. It sounds like from your medical conditions and that of your son, you may have difficulty maintaining your property, and you could use some sort of social services intervention to assist you. And you may be able to get some help from your city council person's office. That's my suggestion.
I did call my city council person back.
Thank you. That's my suggestion.
I know, I did call them before though. Okay. All right, I have to call them again, guess.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your efforts today and
So,
your participation.
I got one more question.
No, sir, we have to go. We got more people we have to hear from. We have other cases to hear. So we've made a decision, so we have to move on.
Does that mean I gotta pay fines?
Call the inspector and work out with them, but you may in fact have to, I can't give you that advice. That's not my role. I don't have the answer to that question.
You have a phone number for them or no?
You have his card.
Oh, you mean, Mr.
Yes, Mr. Rosen.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. Let's call the next case. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bringing your attention to case number 6 on today's schedule, HA 2025-000499 for 115 Blue Jay Way, Peter Shin.
Thank you, board.
Okay. Okay, who's representing the city?
Good afternoon, Kristen Patchell for the city.
Good afternoon. Anyone here representing Peter Shin? Is Peter Shin available? He is? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. We can't see you. Okay. You unmute yourself, sir.
All right, I'm
Okay.
still trying to figure out the Zoom.
Okay, now we can see and hear you. Okay,
Okay.
sir, would you raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you swear affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. You can place your hand down. Okay, Ms. Patch?
Yes, good afternoon. The city has one witness. That would be Inspector Stacy Jones.
Okay, before you proceed, though, we do have what we consider to be a timeliness issue. So unless I have different advice, just one moment, we may have a timeliness matter. Ms. Webster?
I don't have a record of nunc-pro-tunc relief on this one. You
Okay.
do? The administration does. So nunc-pro-tunc was granted.
Okay, all right, thank you. Let's proceed.
Okay. Good afternoon, Inspector Jones.
The Inspector Jones, raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you give today be the truth so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
So Inspector Jones, where are you currently employed?
City of Philadelphia Department of Licenses and Inspections, the Business Compliance Unit.
Okay, thank you. And are you familiar with a vendor, Top BAP?
I am.
Okay. And in your role with the compliance unit at LNI, have you reviewed the case file for Top BAP?
I have.
And is this a vending cart?
It's a truck. Well, it's actually a trailer.
Okay. Are you familiar with a notice of intent to revoke that was issued to Top BAP back in December of 24?
I am.
And would you recognize it if you saw it?
I would.
Okay. Permission to share my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. Inspector, do you see a notice of intent to revoke on the screen?
I do.
And who was this issued to?
Peter Shen.
And what was the corporation or business name under Mr. Shin?
Top BAP.
Okay. And on what date was this letter issued?
December the 18th, 2024.
Great. And can you describe for the members of the board why he was issued this notice of intent to revoke?
Well, Mr. Shin has
Yeah,
failed.
all right.
There were numerous things. He failed to renew the licenses, and he hasn't been open for operation as it states under the regs for Temple University. That's it.
Okay. So does he have a license to operate in Temple Special Vending District?
He does.
And does the code require that vendors in this district operate at a minimum of 4 days per week?
Correct.
Okay. And why is this a requirement for this district?
It's a requirement. Well, each district has their own set of rules. Temple decided that their vendors, because they get to leave their conveyances at the location, they must be open at least 4 days out of the week per year.
Thank you. Originally, did Mr. Shin appeal this notice?
No.
Okay. Are you familiar with an email that was sent to him notifying of the fact that his license was revoked?
I am.
Would you recognize this if you saw it?
I would.
I'm drawing your attention to City Exhibit 2. Do you see that there?
I can see it.
Okay. And who, if anyone, sent this notice?
Maureen Blaney sent it to Mr. Peter Shen.
Okay. And is this kept in the ordinary course of business in your file for this vendor?
Yes.
And what, if anything, did this email notify Mr. Shin of?
She sent him a letter with intent to revoke his location. He had not appealed it. Therefore, the license for the district was going to be removed, and his license was going to be revoked, and he needed to remove his truck.
Okay. And part of the reason for the revocation is the fact that he had not been operating. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
Okay. I take your attention to City Exhibit 3. Are you familiar with a vendor inspection form from February of 2025?
I am.
So this would have been a few days prior to Ms. Blaney's email. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And does this vendor inspection form indicate that Top BAP was inspected?
Correct.
And is that what we're looking at on the screen in City Exhibit 3?
Correct.
And what, if anything, are the inspector notes?
The trailer is still there, but they're not operating.
Okay, thank you. And were photographs also taken of the truck?
It was.
And would you recognize them in City Exhibit 4?
I would.
Okay. Displaying for this on screen, these photographs, are these photographs of the truck from February of 25?
It is.
Does it show the truck not operating?
Correct.
Okay. And the second photograph, does this indicate the same?
Correct.
Okay. Now, I want to take you back in time to October of 2022. Are you familiar with whether Mr. Shin was cited for not being operational at that point as well?
Correct.
And is this a vendor inspector form that documents that?
It is.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And I'd like to direct your attention down to the inspector notes. What, if anything, was found on these dates in October?
Not operating. And he had a sign up that said temporary hours and help wanted.
Thank you. Was a letter issued about 6 weeks prior to this indicating to Mr. Shin that he was not operating?
It was.
And would you recognize that letter?
I would.
Do you see what's on screen?
Yes, I do.
This is City Exhibit 6. What was the date of this letter?
September the 1st, 2022.
And who was it sent to?
Peter Shin.
And what, if anything, is explained in the first paragraph of this letter?
Please be advised that the department has conducted inspections at the septic vending location, most recently on 8/15/22 and 8/17/22. And you were not operating at your assigned location, nor have we received an absent letter as we agreed to when you received your award letter for this location.
Okay. And were there also vendor inspector forms that went along with this letter?
There was.
Okay. And do you recognize them in what's been marked as City Exhibit 7?
Yes.
And what, if anything, are the inspector notes?
He was not operating.
And what dates was he not operating?
15th and the 17th.
Okay, thank you. Is it a habit of Mr. Shin to not be operating at this location?
Mr. Shin has not been open regularly since the pandemic.
Thank you. And do you have a documentation of his active licenses?
Yes.
And is that displayed in City Exhibit 8?
That's an old one at that time.
Okay.
It's back in 22.
Okay, wait a minute. If you could walk us through this form that we're looking at?
Sure, of course. I'm directing your attention to what's been marked as City 8. Do you see that, Inspector?
I do.
Okay. Is this an old printout of licenses that were held by Mr. Shin?
Correct.
Okay. Now let's fast forward to 2025. Does he currently have any active licenses?
That's a tricky question because he has 2 locations in Temple.
Okay.
So
With
part yes, part no. For this conveyance, no.
And let's direct our attention to Top BAP. Does he have an active license for Top BAP?
No.
Okay, thank you. And running on juice here. Lastly, Inspector, did the department go out to inspect the truck again recently on September 8th?
Yes.
Okay. And was a photograph taken showing this?
Yes.
All right. I'll direct your attention to City Exhibit 9. Do you see that on screen?
Yes.
Does this show the truck not operating?
Correct.
Do you know when the last time Top BAP operated?
Pandemic.
So fair to say about 5 years?
Correct.
Okay. And is it your opinion that this intent to revoke was properly issued?
It was.
And is
It
that because Mr. Shin is violating the Temple University Special Vending District rules?
Yes.
And is it also in part because Top BAP's licenses are not active?
Correct.
Okay. I don't have anything further.
Okay, Mr. Shin, do you have any questions for the inspector?
No questions.
Okay. Do we have any additional witnesses? Ms.
No.
Patcham?
Nothing further. The city would just mark and move C1 through C9.
Okay, so admitted. Okay, Mr. Shin, tell us your understanding of what's going on at that Top BAP location.
Yes. Ever since the pandemic, we closed down for quite a large duration. I want to say it was like from 2019 to 2021, roughly 22. I did receive information in 2022. I did reopen and renew my licenses. We were trying to do business, but enrollment at Temple was so low that we weren't doing very much and we were throwing away more food than we could sell. So we were trying to pivot and figure a new menu and maybe redo the different food. So we were trying to work on that through the time. I was open after 2022. I do have sales receipts. I don't have them with me now, but I have a POS system that I could make proof that we were open and operating and trying to make a living out of there. But then there was a letter that was sent to me on 2024, supposedly. I do know that there was proof that the letter was mailed. I did not receive that letter. And then I got the email from Maureen Blaney. And once I got that email, I did respond post haste the very next day. And that's when I had to go through the process of filing an appeal down in Center City, which I did. And you guys approved that appeal to show up for this one. I thought it was going to happen a little bit quicker between both appeals because we were in the process of, we had a plan of what kind of food we were going to change it to, which would have made it easier because my mother was running the trailer and doing the food prep for all the Korean food that was being done. And during the pandemic, she did have both knees redone and it was too much prep work for her. So we were trying to figure out something that was going to be easier and more capable of her doing. So after that first appeal hearing that we did do, we did have an idea of what we were going to do, but I didn't want to move forward until I got full approval that we were going to maintain this space and location, because that would probably be about another $10,000 to be put back into the business to remodel, rewrap, buy the equipment that we needed to do with the new food. So I was putting that on hold until this appeal happened, and we just kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And unfortunately, we didn't get notice until last month, I believe, that the appeal was going to happen in September. So we weren't operating during that time, but we were still on campus. My business is literally 2 trucks down. We've always planned on trying to reopen it, but just like how Temple is, we've been trying to regrow, and the Temple enrollment's been so low when the pandemic came, like when we came back from the pandemic.
Okay, Mr. Shin.
And it's still never rebound.
Okay, question. Well, I have
Yes,
a couple
sir.
of questions for you. First, before I do that, Ms. Patchell, any cross?
I just have one question. Good afternoon, sir. You're not denying that you haven't been operating in the past 5 years, correct?
No, I have been operating because back in 2022, when I first got the notice that you were going to revoke, I did renew my licenses and we were operational. We weren't going the full hours that we used to do back in before the pandemic, but we were trying to make sales. Like I said, I do have a POS system that I did purchase when we came back from the pandemic. So I have a POS system here that'll have sales reports of the time from I'd have to look in the system to see, because I know it was after the 2022 email that I got from Maureen. So we were trying to do some business, but their business was not there. Like if you look at the sales, they're pretty minimal.
Okay,
And that's going back to what I was saying about the enrollment just not being.
Okay, wait a minute, sir. Do you want?
Yeah. Mr. Shin, are you familiar with the appeal that you filed for this case?
Yes, that was after the email that Maureen sent me. I believe there was a letter that was sent to my house back in December. During that appeal, I told them.
Mr. Shin, the answer is whether or
yes.
not you recognize the document. Please give shorter answers. Do you recognize the document?
Yes.
Did you,
Yes.
Did you write this reason for the appeal?
I'm trying to look at my phone. I did write that. I can't really
Okay.
see what it says.
All right. I don't have anything further. That's
Okay. Mr. Shin, when did you last operate at this location?
At the Top Hop location, I'm going to say it was probably in 2023.
Okay. Do you?
I'd have to look
wait a
back
minute,
at
wait a
my
minute.
sales.
Yes, sir. You answered the question. I have another question for you. Do you have
Yes.
a current license for that location?
It's not up to date. I did put it
So
on
the
hold
answer
until,
is,
like I said,
my question is clear. Do you have a current license? The answer is yes or no.
no.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Okay. Any additional information, Mr. Shen, that we don't have that you would need us to know to make a decision in this matter?
Yes, I just been holding off on updating the licenses just to find out what was going to happen with uh, this appeal hearing. Because if the appeal went through and we were successful at keeping this location, that's when I was going to renew all licenses and actually invest
Okay.
more money into changing the menu.
All right, thank you. Any closing argument from the city?
I have a question.
Please.
Mr. Shin, how do
Yes,
you
sir.
know that, how do you know that the student enrollment at Temple University is down? You said there's that the business is off
Well,
because there's no, the
that-
student enrollment is down. Is that you have factual
Under-
information to support that?
Understandable. Let me rephrase that. The enrollment, I do not know. I go by what the foot traffic is on campus. I've been here since 2014, so I have an idea of what the foot traffic used to be. And back when
You've
the
answered my
city
question.
council decided to
You've
pass,
You've answered my question. Thank you.
yes.
Okay.
Um,
All right, wait a minute. I'm asking Ms. Pancho, do you have any closing argument?
Just briefly,
Yes.
the city issued this notice of intent to revoke because of the fact that Mr. Shin was not operating due to the or operating to the minimum requirements for the Temple University Special Vending District. I mean, I think he's acknowledged that. He said last time he operated was in 2023. He also doesn't have an active license. I would ask that you find that the letter of intent to revoke was properly issued and grant a city affirm.
Okay, thank you. Just one moment. Okay. We will now poll the board regarding HA 2025-000499 115 Blue Jay Way. Peter Shin.
I'm sorry, sir. Am I able to do a closing statement?
Well, we asked
No.
you that you had something else you
Oh.
wanted to add? What else would you like to add? My
Um,
apologies if I didn't allow you to do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm not used to doing a lot of court hearings or anything like this, so I'm not exactly sure how everything flows. But my closing statement is that as a small business owner, being on Temple campus, it's been a very uphill battle ever since the pandemic. We've all been struggling, all the food trucks. And we actually, back in 2016, we became sort of like a community. I was actually one of the board members for all the food trucks that were on campus. And I could tell you right now that ever since the pandemic, most of the food trucks have disappeared. We are a dying breed here. Everybody that used to be my neighboring food trucks on Norris Street are gone. I think like 5 or 6 food trucks are gone. It's just been a very uphill battle and a struggle. So just trying to find anything that can make a little profit has been the biggest challenge for me. I'm sure the agents from LNI, if they walked around campus, they could see that the foot traffic is down low. The businesses aren't thriving like they used to be. The lunch rushes that we used to have are non-existent anymore. We're relying on trying to do DoorDash and Grubhub and see what's available, but I mean, especially when school year's not around, we have no business. It's not like Drexel and University of Penn where we have other businesses around that could come in to our establishment. When Temple's closed, we have
Sir,
nothing, and
Mr. Shin,
we're
we asked the
trying.
closing statement to be short, so.
I'm sorry, but I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and
Understood. That's clear based on your statements. Thank you. Okay, we were beginning to vote regarding 115 Blue Jay Way, Peter Shin, city affirmed.
City affirmed.
City affirmed.
City affirmed.
Okay, sir, the vote is city affirmed. That means that you lost your appeal. You may appeal our decision, and if you need information as to how to do that, call the administrator's office and someone there will tell you what you need to do to submit an appeal. Thank you very much.
is
We're
there
going-
the number to the administrator's office?
That
I
will
don't.
be in the letter that you receive.
Okay.
There's a decision letter that you receive in the mail that will have that telephone number there. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We will take a short comfort break.
And that concludes my business. Have a nice day.
Okay, let's call let's call the next case.
Moving to number 33 on today's list, HA 2025-001410. For 222 South 60th Street, Deborah Richardson. I believe this is a joint continuance request from the appellant and the city.
Okay, neither party is here presently.
I do not believe so.
Okay, that's a joint request for continuance. We will note that in the record. Thank you.
And then moving to number 35 on today's list should be HA 2025-001599 for 3837 North Broad Street. Devis, going to spell the last name GJUZI, doing business as A&P Construction LLC.
Okay, thank you very much. Who's representing the city?
Good afternoon, Amy Skiles, Skiles, on behalf of the City of Philadelphia.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, before the matter starts, I would like to recuse myself from this matter, as has been the case for some time. Mr. Clinton and I, who is counsel on this matter, are colleagues or were colleagues. I have retired, but we have a professional relationship over the years, and as recently as this past year, that makes it appropriate for me to recuse myself.
Thank you very much. So the board will be operating as a panel, myself, Mr. Jackson, who's virtual, and Mr. Tennant, who is here with me. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good afternoon. Okay, Ms. Skiles, do you have a witness for today?
Yes, Supervisor Paralak, he is present on the Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Paralak, if you'd raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
I do.
All right, thank you. You can place your hand down. Okay, Mr. Henry Clinton, sir, I just need you to come on and put your name on the record, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Henry Clinton for A&P Construction, and the principal is Devis Jesse.
Would you pronounce that last name again, please?
Devis, Devis, JZ, GJUZI.
Thank you very much. Will he be called as a witness today?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so we can swear him in then, please. Is he at a different location or is he with you?
He's at a different location.
Okay, sir, Mr. Devis, if you could turn on your, I see you now, okay. So raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God?
I do.
Okay, thank you. What we will do, the city will begin by putting on its case. And of course, Mr. Clinton, you will have the ability to cross-examine. Mr. Juzzi, what I would advise you to do, you've hired a good attorney, so if there's a need for confidential conversation, please let us know that. We will give you opportunity to do that, but follow your attorney's instructions.
I'll do. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Ms. Skiles, let's proceed.
Okay, Supervisor Paralak, where are you currently employed? You're on mute.
Sorry. City of Philadelphia, License and Inspection, Audits and Investigation Unit.
Okay. And what are some of your roles and responsibilities with the Audits and Investigations Unit?
I manage the unit.
Okay. So are you familiar with a violation that was issued to A&P Construction during the course of their work at 3837 North Broad Street?
Yes.
And essentially, what violation was issued to A&P Construction?
Failure to upload contractors to the commercial building permit within 3 days of start of work.
Okay. And now with the board's permission, I would like to share my screen.
Yes, please.
Okay. Oop. Okay, Supervisor Paralek, can you identify what has been labeled City Exhibit 1?
This is a licensing violation notice issued on 3/21 of 2025 for failure to upload subcontractors.
Okay. And how did the department learn of this violation?
There was an audit on that construction site, and what they do, what our inspector does prior to leaving the office for the audit is review all permits. If it's a commercial building permit, they go to the first tab, which is the details tab on Eclipse. At the bottom of that, it gives the contractor's information that's listed, and below that is the subcontractor listed. There was no subcontractors listed at the time of inspection.
And what was the date of the audit?
The date of the audit was March 11th of 2025.
Okay. And so then showing you City Exhibit 2, I'll make it smaller. What is in City Exhibit 2?
This is the front facade of the building.
Okay. And this is a photograph reflecting that the department performed an audit on location on that date?
It is.
Okay. And as you mentioned, as of, so on March 11th, the subcontractors were not named on the permit.
Correct.
Okay. And you testified before that subcontractors must be named on a permit within 3 days of starting work?
Correct.
Okay. And when did work commence on this permit?
February 7th of 2025.
And so now I'm going to skip City Exhibit 3. I'll come back to that. And go on to City Exhibit 4. What is this document labeled City Exhibit 4?
This is an inspection report, and the inspection type was the initial inspection, and it was passed on February 7th of 2025.
Okay. And so this inspection report is what gave AMP the go-ahead to begin work at the property?
Correct.
Okay. And so after the audit on March 11th, did the department contact AMP to let them know that they were in violation of the code?
They contacted by email requesting a detailed audit. So our analyst sends the email that you have provided here out with a detailed spreadsheet. We're asking for every subcontractor that is listed. If they're not working at the time, or if they haven't picked anybody, they just put work hasn't started and we haven't decided. But they did provide that document back to us.
Okay. So then just to be clear, what is the document that's been identified as City Exhibit 3?
This is an email.
This is, okay. And what was the date this was sent?
This was sent on March 12th of 2025.
Okay. And when was the subcontractor list, or I should say, was the subcontractor list eventually uploaded?
It was.
And when was it uploaded?
The same day as the investigation on March 11th after the inspection.
Okay. So it was, okay. And so I know we had gone through the initial inspection report. Had another inspection occurred under the permit?
After the initial inspection?
Yes, after the initial inspection.
Yes, I believe there's a foundation inspection after.
Okay. And do you recall the date of the foundation inspection?
I do not have that date.
Well, I should say, do you, are photographs taken at the foundation inspections?
Yes, they are. It's at the bottom of the photo, March 10th of 2025.
Okay. And also the permit number is on the side of the photograph?
Yes, CP stands for Commercial Building Permit, the year 2024 004885.
Okay. So as you said, this photograph was taken on an inspection March 10th of 2025. And at this point, the subcontractor list wasn't uploaded yet.
Correct.
And City Exhibit 6, what is this document?
This is the returned, this is what we sent. We requested a detailed subcontractor list, and the contractor provided that back by email.
Okay. And you testified this was received, was it March 11th or March 12th?
So this is completely different from the uploading of the subcontractors to the permit. This was on March 11th, after our initial investigation, the subcontractors were uploaded to the permit. This was provided to us by email. We give 7 days to provide this back to us. If we do not receive this in 7 days, an additional violation for failure to comply with an audit investigation would be issued.
Understood. So then going back to the initial email, that audit form is what was requested, but at the date of this email, they were already in violation of the code for not uploading the subcontractor list within 3 days of beginning work.
Correct.
Okay. I have no further questions for Supervisor Paralak at this time.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Clinton, any cross-examination? You're muted, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I do. Thank you. Mr. Paralak, your name is not on any of the documents that you testified to, is it?
No.
Okay. So you were not involved personally with the inspections or with writing any violations with regard to this property, correct?
I'm the expert witness.
Okay, but can you answer yes or no?
I was not on site, and I
Okay.
did issue the violation.
And you're aware that the commercial building permit was issued on January 1st, 2025 for a rear and side addition?
I don't know what the date was that it was issued.
Okay. And you're aware that the work involved pouring a footer and a 2-foot foundation wall for a crawl space in the rear of the building?
Am I aware that that was
Yes, so that's what the
allowed on the
permit.
permit?
Yes.
I don't know what the description, the exact description on the permit is.
Okay. And you're aware that the inspection report that you showed, the exhibit that the city had was dated, which was dated February 7th, 2025, was the day that my client called in for an inspection, correct?
Called in for an initial inspection.
Correct. And you're aware that that initial inspection did not take place on February 7th because my client canceled it on 3 occasions. You're aware of that?
It did take place over the phone.
Right, but will you agree with me that the violation that was issued initially is for failure to record subcontractors within 3 days of the commencement of the work? Correct?
The initial inspection is the commencement of work. When an initial inspection is passed, that is when work started.
Okay, I'm just going to read from the violation notice. It says that 3 business days after the commencement of any work at the construction site, then the contractor shall notify the department promptly. Would you agree that that's what the violation says?
The violation is for not uploading subcontractors within 3 days of the initial inspection.
Okay, but the violation says with the commencement of any work at the construction site. That's what the violation says. Would you agree with me?
No, it's the initial inspection, the date of the initial inspection.
Well, I'll read it to you. Okay, if you pull out the exhibit that Ms. Skiles just showed you, it says that within 3 business days after the commencement of any work at the construction site. That's what this violation says. So you're telling me you issued a violation because somebody got a call at L&I for an inspection that never happened.
The inspection did happen. It was passed
That-
February 7th. The initial inspection was passed on February 7th. That's the answer.
That's not what you testified to. You testified to that you got a call on February 7th, and that's considered the initial inspection. But the violation says he has to file the subcontractor list within 3 days after the beginning of the work. I'll move on to my next question. Do you know when my client began work at the construction site?
February 7th, the day that the initial inspection was passed.
That's not my question. My question is, and Mr. Chairman, can he answer the question? Do you know when my client commenced construction at the site?
My answer is February 7th.
So what did he do on February 7th?
He requested an initial inspection and it was passed by the city inspector.
That's not my question. What construction work did my client do at the site on February 7th? You don't know because you weren't there, right?
I'm going off of the record.
Okay. Did the records indicate that any actual work was done at the construction site on February 7th?
The notes in the record say that the initial inspection is approved and the contractor can start work that day.
Okay. And that, okay, thank you for that answer. My question is, do you know, you're under oath, you know whether any work was started at the site, on February 7th?
Don't know.
Okay. Do you know when work was started at the site?
All I know is that the February 7th was the date that the initial inspection was passed.
So would you agree with me, you don't know when the actual work was started at the construction site? Can we agree on that?
We can agree on that.
Okay. I don't have any further questions of this witness.
Thank you. Any redirect?
Just a brief redirect. So Supervisor Paralak, did you review all of the records in connection with the permit and the violation at issue?
Yes.
Okay. And are those records made in the regular course of business at LNI?
Yes, they are.
And are they kept and stored in the regular course of business at LNI?
Yes, they are.
Okay. And where are they stored?
On the Eclipse data system.
Okay. And so I just want to clarify, the department considers that work is commenced the day the initial inspection is passed?
Correct.
And who requests that initial inspection? Does the department, start it, or does the contractor call the department and ask for that inspection to be done?
The contractor.
Okay.
Request.
All right. Thank you. No further redirect.
Okay, I do have a question for Mr. Paralak. Is it common practice to conduct the initial inspection off-site, or does it always occur at the construction site?
So if the district office is short-staffed that day and there's not enough inspectors, what happened on this one was the supervisor contacted the contractor and did the initial inspection virtually over the phone.
It was a virtual on the phone initial inspection?
Correct.
Okay, now, the dates of those initial inspections, is that the official date that the clock begins and as far as LNI is concerned?
It is, yes.
Okay. Mr. Clinton, I perceive that you have some additional questions. Am I accurate?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Skiles, can you pull up the photograph that you showed of the foundation work at the site, please?
Yes.
I appreciate that courtesy. Mr. Paralak, you didn't take this photograph, correct?
Correct.
Right. But you testified that it was taken on March 10th, 2025.
That's what the timestamp on the bottom of the photo shows.
Okay. Do you know when this work began?
I do not.
Are you aware that this work was done at the subject property?
Am I aware that it was done at the property?
That this is a foundation dig and rebar for footings at the subject property?
Yes, these are the photos that were uploaded to our Eclipse system.
Okay, from the property. Do you know when they were uploaded to your Eclipse system?
The day of the inspection.
Okay. If the commencement of work, if this was considered commencement of work, which is the initial footing work, that would be March 10th. And then one would have 3 days to upload the information about the subcontractors, correct?
This is the day that the inspection was scheduled. It's not the day that the work was done.
Okay. How do you know that?
The work could have been done prior to this.
Okay, but do you have any photographs or evidence or anything whatsoever to tell this board when the commencement of work started at the job site?
Well, what I could see on this photo is that it's timestamped at 10:24 in the morning. So work's not allowed to start prior to 7 o'clock in the morning per city code. So unless they got this work done in 3 hours and 24 minutes and had the inspection scheduled from the prior day, then it didn't start this day.
No one has testified when it started. My client will testify when it started. My point is, if he started, let's say, on March 9th, which happened to be a Sunday, and someone from L&I came out and took this picture, that this would then be the first day, the first business day that L&I was out there, correct?
It would be the first business day.
Okay. And then if we're looking at the violation and it says you have to upload your subcontractors within 3 business days of the commencement of work, then my client would have until March 12th or 13th within which to upload that set of documents, correct?
It doesn't say 3 business days. It says 3 days.
Okay. All right. Let's say then if he started on a Sunday, which was March 9th, this picture was taken on a Monday, March 10th, then he would have until Tuesday or Wednesday within which to file the documentation, correct?
It's from February 7th, the day that the initial inspection. That's my answer.
Right. But you don't have any photographs of work that has commenced from February of 2025 because my client canceled all those inspections, correct?
Not correct. February 7th, the initial inspection was passed.
Okay. On the telephone.
It was a virtual inspection. It was a past inspection.
Okay. Do you know who was on that call?
The supervisor,
And who's that?
I believe it was James Mason.
Did you talk to him before today's hearing?
No, I didn't. I just looked up to see who passed the inspection.
Okay.
And it was the supervisor of the unit. I
And
could be wrong, but I believe it was James Mason.
And who was on the other end of the line?
I'm just going off of the record. I did not do the inspection. I already testified to that.
Well, no one did the inspection, right? It was a phone call.
It's a virtual inspection. Virtual. I answered.
Yeah. I have no further questions of the witness.
Thank you. Okay. Ms. Skiles, any additional witnesses?
No, I would just ask to move the city exhibits into the record.
Okay, so moved. Ms.
No
Clinton?
opposition.
No opposition? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Clinton, is your opportunity to put your client on?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Evis, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I did.
Would you like to swear him in, Mr. Chairman?
Sir,
Yeah.
would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Devis, are you the owner of A&P Construction?
Yes, I am.
And did you receive the violation that was issued by the city that was just discussed earlier today?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And is it your understanding that you're supposed to upload the list of contractors within 3 days of the commencement of the work at the job site?
My understanding of the law is that to upload the list of subcontractor 3 days within their commencement of work, with the exception of plumbing, electric, mechanical, and fire.
Thank you for qualifying that. And you saw the photograph that was referred to earlier of a dig at the job site. Can you describe to the panel briefly what that is and when that work started?
So that's the footing of 3837 North Broad Street. And we did that work on March 9th over the weekend because there's a school across the street and they don't want the noise and to get the machine. The footing, it's only 1 foot digging throughout the perimeter of the footing of the place, and it's going to be a crawl space. So we did that on a Sunday, and then we just tie in on a Monday morning really quick, and we're ready for the inspection.
And about how many linear feet of footings were dug on Sunday?
There were about 75 linear feet.
Okay. And how many men did you have at the job site on Sunday?
We had 6 people plus the machine.
Okay. And we're talking about Sunday, March 9th, correct?
Correct.
And on a typical day, how many linear feet could you actually dig and set up rebar if you had to be there the whole day?
I have seen a subcontractor do over 100 feet for 1 foot digging and one by one. So they probably within 2-3 people, even with a machine, so they can do over 100 feet a day, or in less than 3 hours, actually.
Okay. When did you upload the list of subcontractors on the job? That you,
To my recollection, we uploaded the same day the inspection of the footing was, which was March 10th.
okay.
Eclipse.
And you heard the supervisor talk about an inspection in February 7th of 2025. Was there ever a physical inspection of the job site by anybody from L&I
No,
on February 7th? Let me finish the question, please. Any inspector come out to the job site on February 7th?
no.
When was the first time someone from L&I came out to the job site?
March 10th.
Okay, and why did that inspector come out?
They came for the footing inspection.
And did you make that call for the footing inspection?
Yes, we're scheduling an Eclipse.
Okay, and from February 2nd to March 10th, how many times had you called L&I and had to cancel for various reasons for the footing inspection?
2 times.
Okay. Can I share my screen briefly, Mr. Chairman?
Sure, yes.
Sorry about this. Just give me a moment. Is that visible, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Maldivas,
That document though should, if you could magnify that a
I'll
bit.
enlarge that, yeah. Is that better, Mr. Chairman?
No, the words didn't get any bigger. Okay, that's much better. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. So some of these exhibits are redundant, and I'm trying to move through these quickly, Mr. Chairman. I know the time is late. But Davis, I want to point you to this email of April 7th, 2025 that you wrote to Mr. Whitfield and carbon copy Mr. Michael. Who are Mr. Whitfield and Mr. Michael? Do you know?
To my knowledge, they are within City of Philadelphia workers that they sent this request for audit, so I'm not sure who they are personally.
Okay. And did you send this email yourself?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And did you advise in this email that you started work on March 9th? You uploaded the list of subcontractors immediately. And then you called AIU phone and you were told that Mr. Whitfield visited the property on 3/11. Do you remember that?
Yes,
And at that point, were the list of subs already uploaded in an Eclipse?
yes,
And did you also respond to the department's audit on March 12th, which was in additional 3 days of starting the work?
I responded within 25 minutes.
Okay. And did you ever receive a response from anybody from L&I about this email?
No,
Were you surprised that you got a violation?
yes, I was.
And why is that?
Because I didn't understand, and I'm trying still to buffle how the system works within Eclipse because it doesn't give us the time, date, or notification. So because on this time I complied timely and in manner, and it was really when the actual work started.
And I'm going to take you back 1 month to March 12th. This is another email you sent to Mr. Whitfield and Mr. Michael, basically providing the audit information that they requested, and you provided that on a timely basis, correct?
Yes, within 25 minutes of their request.
Is there anything else you want to tell the board that I may have not have asked you or admitted to ask?
Yes, on the initial inspection that they're honing that was actually done virtual. That is not the case. It was basically a phone call and a phone call saying, hey, do you have the permit posted in the window? Make sure the plans are on site and we'll see you at the next inspection. The only virtual inspection L&I does, it's actually for backfilling of the foundation.
Okay. I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Any cross-examination?
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, it's Mr.
Juicy,
Yuzi?
Juicy.
Juicy? Okay. So Mr. Juicy, you did call LNI to complete the initial inspection in February of 2024, correct?
We do not call, we make a schedule on Eclipse.
Okay. So, but you contacted LNI in some way and completed an initial inspection in February of 2024.
Yeah, that's common practice for us once the permits get issued, that we believe that we can maybe start some work, depending on the weather and everything, that we want to have the job site visit so they can visit the job site to make sure everything is in compliance and we can proceed with the permit.
Okay. So is it common practice for you to conduct your initial inspections a month before beginning work?
I try to get it as early as I can when the permit is issued.
Okay. So you testified that you had, I'm going to move on to talking about the foundation inspection.
Yes.
You had testified that you had scheduled it and then canceled it on 2 occasions.
Yes,
So you initially scheduled or requested a foundation inspection March 6th of 2024, correct?
yes,
And then again on March 7th, 2024.
yes.
But it's your testimony that work did not begin on that foundation until March 9th, 2024.
Correct, because nobody was ready to start and then the school was giving us a hard time to get access.
Okay. Is it common practice for you to schedule or request inspections before even beginning work on the foundation?
It depends if we know when it's going to get done, then we do schedule ahead of time so we don't waste days.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the school was giving you a hard time. If you weren't doing any work, what were they giving you a hard time with?
Yeah, because there's no access in the back to get the machinery and then also for the noise.
Okay. So you had moved machinery onto the property before March 9th?
The machinery came on March 8th.
Okay.
Sorry.
March 8th?
Yeah,
So the machinery didn't arrive to the property until March 8th, but you
Correct.
did request your initial foundation inspection on March 7th.
yeah, because originally we're looking for delivery and the school to give us access, and then they never did it, so I had to cancel all this time the inspections.
Okay. No further questions.
Thank you. Any additional questions from the panel? Anyone have a question? Sir, I do have a couple of questions. Just the scope of the work of this project, what does it include?
We have the rear addition to add 3 additional units into the property.
And so does that require any demolition work?
No, there's no demo.
So the space that you were building the new addition is cleared land?
Correct, vacant land.
It's a former rear yard or vacant lot?
Correct. It's the
Pardon me?
lot is over, yes, the lot it's over to 120 feet, yes.
Okay, and so there was no need for you to do any excavation or investigation or anything like that? You were
Correct, no.
That there were no underground hazards or anything like that?
Correct, no.
Okay.
There was no soil investigation or nothing done because it was done on a slab, basically.
Okay. And so is it your general practice, because you've operated in the city of Philadelphia for an extended period, correct?
Yes,
Do you routinely do virtual or initial inspections?
we always do the initial inspection because we have to do it by code before we start the work. But they are never virtual. It's either the inspector comes on site or they give us a phone call and they'll give us the okay. Hey, start and call us. If it's a rehab, call us at framing. If it's a new construction, call us at the foundation footing.
So you just said 2 contradictory things in one statement. You said there's
Go
no
ahead.
virtual inspection, then you said that they give you a call and give you the okay. So the call and the okay, isn't that an initial inspection?
No, the question was whether it was virtual. So I'm just answering that there are no virtual initial inspections.
Okay, let me
They
ask
are
it this
phone
way.
calls, inspections, yes.
Have you participated in telephone inspections as an initial inspection on other projects?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. And so did you participate on a call, I think it's on February the 7th, with a supervisor from
I'm sorry, I
Illinois.
lost you. The thing froze. I'm sorry, the thing froze. Can you repeat the question?
Yes, did you participate in a phone call on February the 7th regarding this project on North Broad Street?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, and after you completed that call, did you have the general understanding that you were now ready to go? You had passed your initial inspection?
Yeah, us as a firm, we're ready to go, correct?
Okay, thank you. I do have a question for Ms. Skiles.
Yes.
The document do you have a copy of the code? What's the code language
I
regarding?
do. It's actually in my exhibit packet.
Thank you.
I will share it. I bel- Oh, wait, let me see. Okay. It's this section here is the relevant portion. Oop,
Okay,
sorry.
if you could have your witness, Mr. Paralek, if he's still available to,
I am.
sir, would you mind taking us through that language?
Okay, so this is Section 8 of 9-1004, contractor and subcontractor information. Section A, a prime contractor performing construction work except for work on residential buildings of 2 dwelling units or less shall submit the following information in writing, either electronically or otherwise as required to the department within 3 business days after the commencement of any work at the construction site, and shall notify the department promptly of any changes to the information submitted.
Okay, and the question would be, how do you, meaning the department, determine when the commencement of work begins?
So on the permit, there's required inspection that must be done. The first inspection is a required inspection. So the department considers when you call for your initial inspection, that's the commencement of work.
Okay, do we have that document as submitted, the permit itself?
I didn't submit the permit itself. I did just submit the inspection report this is the first required inspection, the initial site inspection. I did submit that.
Okay, now who signed that, or?
This is it was a Supervisor Brooks.
Okay, so Supervisor Brooks uploaded this document on February the 7th.
Correct. Yes.
Which, according to the department's rules and regs, is the initiates construction, regardless of whether physical activity occurs. According to the record, work has started.
Supervisor Paralek, I'll let you answer that question.
That is correct. And for the record, this construction also includes renovations of the existing property. So renovations of the existing property that are not in that permit could have started after the initial inspection. They were allowed to be started.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty. Anyone else have any questions? Okay.
I do. May I add something?
I'm sorry,
Davis.
Yeah, sir, actually, you've been called as a witness, so we need your attorney to determine whether or not you should be saying anything. You need to have a conversation, Mr. Clinton?
No,
Yes.
I
do have
I fully trust Mr. Gizzi.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
While the department is saying that that's their rule, that rule is not shared with us as subcontractors, and the law is very vague. The supervisor of the audit department say that was it 3 days? It's actually clearly stated in there 3 business days. So even them, they don't know how to interpret the law sometime. So I request for them to put clarification to all of us and be in details that what they consider and what they don't consider. We should not go by what their internal rules are, because we do not know the internal rules. We read what we read, and this is what we interpret. So I clearly advise them to do that, and the board take that into consideration, because we don't want this to be ongoing and us appealing and wasting everybody's time. So even the supervisor said it's 3 days, but it's actually 3 business days. So even them don't know how to interpret the rule. So I appreciate it, clear clarification be done. And this really was one of the cases that strongly I feel that we have to fight, because was really, that's what happens. And technically that's when the work started. How they interpret is something that it's something to do with them. Thank
Mr.
you.
Juicy, how long
Time.
have you been a general contractor in the city of Philadelphia?
Oh, been about 6.5 years.
How many projects have you done?
We've been about 15, I believe, projects or so.
And you were the general contractor on all those?
On some of them, yes.
Have you worked as a subcontractor in the city of Philadelphia before?
Yes, I did.
How long have you done that?
Depending on the contract, we've probably done it for about 2 years.
And how many projects have you worked on as a subcontractor?
3 projects.
What trade were you working as a sub?
We will do like a framing.
Okay, so you consider yourself an experienced contractor, understanding how the city of Philadelphia operates, correct?
I understand. I consider myself an expert of the code, not of the law of the city. That's why I have a lawyer at this point.
Okay, I'm asking you about construction-related procedures and the Philadelphia Code, not the law.
Or the procedure to maintain the site and trying to report on timely, and this is how I interpret. Yes, so I'm not saying I'm an expert. This is how I interpret, so I cannot say myself I'm an expert.
Okay.
I have a question. Sir, you stated that you did, and when the chairman asked you about the trade and you mentioned framing. So is your particular trade a carpenter?
Yes, I'm a carpenter. I do some carpenter work.
So is that your specific trade?
No, I'm a general. I do some plumbing, maybe sometime. I do some carpentry, some laying flooring, install kitchens.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions? If not, I will invite the parties to share their final argument. Mr. Clinton, we'll hear from you, then we'll hear from Ms. Amy Skiles.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. So, I think my client's all about doing the right thing, as am I. But I really got to say, this is kind of a gotcha moment. If you look at the 4 corners of the regulation that Ms. Skiles just quoted, and I've read it numerous times, it says, when performing construction work, a prime contractor, if it's more than 2 dwelling units, shall submit the following information in writing, either electronically or otherwise as required, to the department within 3 business, not work days, 3 business days after the commencement of any work at the construction site. Well, you can't pick up a telephone and make a phone call, and that is considered commencing work at the construction site. Because if you look at the 4 corners of the document, it doesn't have that kind of leeway. Nowhere is the term initial inspection defined in this particular code. If that's the position the city is going to take, they better change their regulations, and they ought to change the violation. The violation mimics the words of the statute, which is commencement of work. It's kind of ridiculous to say somebody picks up the telephone, somebody in an office at L&I receives the call, and that's the initial inspection. It could be an initial call, but it's not an initial inspection. And I didn't see any evidence presented that that's the definition of initial inspection. That's a supervisor's interpretation. I think he's wrong on that. He was wrong on how many days, regular days, the inspection has to take place. So really the only evidence you have on the start of this is my client's testimony that he started on the 9th. It was on a Sunday because of the school and access, and he uploaded the information within the 3 business days. The picture that was shown was March 10th. My client testified that's about 75 linear feet of footing. And we all know a footing for a house would be maybe 12 inches. If you put a house on top of it, you're talking about foundation walls of probably 8 feet. This was going to be a crawl space. So you had 12-inch footings, the rebar was there, and there was only going to be about 2 or 3 feet of foundation wall on top of that. Certainly easy to dig out in a day, a half a day, with a backhoe and 6 or 7 men. So I understand the city has certain guidelines, but I'm looking at the letter of the law. The letter of the law doesn't provide the leeway and the interpretation that I hear the city taking today. And I really think it's one of these gotcha moments. We got you. That's not the purpose of L&I. The purpose of L&I is to enforce the codes in a fair and equitable manner. And I don't think that's done in this circumstance. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Ms. Giles?
Yes. As you heard Supervisor Paralak testify, the initial inspection was completed on February 7th of 2024. That is not initiated by LNI. That inspection is initiated by the contractor, in this case, AMP Construction. And that is the date that the department is on notice that construction has begun. That is the date that the contractor has chosen to tell us that this is their initial inspection. This is the day that work has commenced. As you heard Supervisor Paralak, it was from that date that within 3 days of that date, AMP Construction was required to upload their subcontractor list. As this board is aware, deference must be paid to agencies interpreting, in this case, the Philadelphia Code. And as Supervisor Paralak testified, this is their interpretation of the code. That the day that the initial inspection is passed is the day that work has commenced. Even if that were not the case, I think there were enough irregularities in the work beginning to call into question some of the credibility of the appellant. As was testified to on cross, the initial foundation inspection was called for March 6th. That was canceled, and then another inspection was called for on March 7th. And then the appellant testified that the machinery didn't even arrive on the site until March 8th. I think it's a little irregular to call for foundation inspections before the machinery even arrives on site. He also testified that work occurred over the weekend because the local school was giving them an issue. However, per his testimony, the machinery didn't even arrive on the property until the Saturday of that weekend. So I'm not sure what issues the school was giving him if machinery and work hadn't even begun yet. So for those reasons, we're asking for a city affirm. I believe based on the records and Inspector or Supervisor Paralak's testify, there's more than enough to uphold the violation as it was issued correctly.
Okay, thank you very much. We do need to take a short executive session before we vote. We beg your patience. We'll be back momentarily. Thank you very much for your patience. We're prepared to go back on the record. I think Ms. Giles is present, as well as Mr. Clinton. Are you present? Yes, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for your diligence in this matter. We are now polling the board regarding HA 2025-001-599, 3837 North Broad Street, Devis, Juicy, DBA AMP Construction LLC. City affirm.
City affirm.
Mr. Jackson, you're muted.
Sorry, city affirm.
Thank you very much. The unanimous vote is city affirm of the panel, three-person panel. Thank you so much, Mr. Clinton and Ms. Giles. Your witnesses are excused. Sir, you know that you can very certainly appeal the decision of this board to CCP.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Have a great night.
Okay, have a good night.
Mr. Jackson, thank you. We're about to end the Zoom, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Was that the final case?
That was fine.
That was the final.
Okay, good evening, everyone. That concludes our business for today, September 25th. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Be safe.